Let me see the shirt that you're wearing, Fester. Is that what you're wearing for the pictures today, or did you bring a change of clothes?
Two things are true at the same time.
Okay.
One, this is the shirt I'll be wearing for the photos.
It's fine.
But I brought another shirt that's identical to this one.
What, in case you spilled food on that one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to...
In case you slobber on yourself?
Yeah, spill a coffee, or who knows what's going to happen, or it gets too wrinkly.
Okay.
A better question is that the shirt you're going to wear?
Yeah, so I'm wearing a nice button-down blue, and the blue tends to look good on me in pictures, but I also bought a black T-shirt as well. So
Bought or brought?
What'd I say?
Bought. Oh, you
I did buy it at some point.
That's true. You did buy it, yeah.
I bought... At some point, I did buy some years ago. But no, I also brought a black T-shirt as well. That's hanging off to the left. Don't touch it. Don't get your chocolatey stained fingers on there.
Yeah.
Right, Hadley's in.
She does not have chocolatey stained fingers.
I don't know if she's been eating like M&Ms or whatever in the car on the way over.
She probably has had chocolate this morning.
That's what I'm saying. Ready to reach over and touch my fresh T-shirt hanging from the dry cleaners We Love Our Customers hanger. You know? Hey, let me go get this thing. Hey.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. We have a T-shirt. You didn't have that shirt dry cleaned, did you?
Well, I don't know if it was dry. At some point it was.
Okay, what kind of?
So I'm wearing, if you're watching MJTV, and we highly encourage you to watch us on MJTV, or, go back and watch the show later on, because, it's live on MJTV, but you can watch the replays because it's a YouTube stream. So I'm wearing my blue shirt, and then I have a black T-shirt as well. And again, it has that We Love Our Customers hanger on there, which who invented the We Love Our Customers hanger? Because you kind of see this all over the place.
You know who did it? A guy who hated his customers, and his buddy was like, And
it's generic. It says we love our customers so much that it just says your Garment Care Center.
Yeah.
They don't love their customers enough to order customized ones that have the name of the dry cleaner. It's just some generic.
The original guy who hated his customers, he owned Your Garment Care Center. And his buddy was like, you know what would help if you told people you loved them, but you really hated them? He goes, yeah.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
I
I have no idea.
I really hate my customers, but I'm going to tell them I love them, and I'm going to put them on every hanger.
I guess they order those from the dry cleaning supply company.
I guess, MJ, there's a job for everything. I don't think about it, but there's a guy that has a route, and all he does is service supplies for dry cleaners. And he probably lives in a mansion.
What do you mean, a guy that has a route? I mean, they probably order stuff from, dry cleaners order stuff from companies, and it comes from a warehouse, and it gets shipped on trucks or by UPS or, whatever.
I'm just fascinated at the accumulation of things and all the jobs that there have to be. Like, think about it. Somebody has to be an expert in repairing that little.
What are you saying?
Listen to me.
That little what? I know
the,
what you're going to say.
The dry cleaning motor rack.
Yeah.
What is that called?
The carousel.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the garment carousel.
Who do you call when that goes down? Let's say you work at, the only dry cleaner I can think of is McNatt's, right? They have maybe 20 Bay Area locations.
There's Eddie's.
Okay, there's Eddie's. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's another one I can think of.
There's Skitches.
Yeah.
Skitches dry cleaning.
That's right. So
on Nebraska.
Who does Skitch call when the carousel goes down?
That's a highly specialized
Hey, does that
thing.
guy walk in like the biggest, full of himself? He's like, yep, I'm the only sumbitch here on the west coast of Florida that can fix this thing. It's going to be $10,000.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Is that why dry cleaning is so expensive?
Could be.
I'm on Amazon right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can order We Love Our Customers hangers in bulk.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Hang on a minute. We Love Our Customers hangers. I'm doing an Amazon search right now. And, oh my, yes.
How many can you get?
120 pieces. Listen, I'm going to hold this up to MJTV right now. Look at this. It's the We Love Our Customers hangers. And I'm holding this right up. I'm holding my phone up to MJTV.
How much is 120?
$35.99.
So it's about 40 some odd cents each?
120 pieces.
41 cents each or something? 42 cents?
That's expensive.
Yeah, that's a big piece of the...
Guess what? The dry cleaners, they get a much better price when they order them from
the guy who owns the
Herbie's
route.
Dry Cleaning Supply.
Well, my route will be coming by your shop on Tuesday. Get you a hell of a deal on the We Love Our Customer hangers.
What the hell are we doing here? What the hell are we talking about?
These are my favorite mornings, man. We're just kind of happy.
So later today, Billy the Kid, professional photographer. I've known him for 25 years, maybe more. Billy the Kid will be in with his professional photography setup. He's going to do some headshots so we can replace the absolutely awful pictures that are on our current website, which is also even worse than the pictures. The actual website, so corporate redesigned our website, and I don't know how they did it, but it is 10 times worse than the old site.
It's like they went to an elementary school coding class. And it's like, okay, kids, how about you build a website for a major radio station?
I think it's even preschool.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to our particular MJ Morning Show page. It just looks terrible. And then we have these awful photos that somebody took with a cell phone, and then they had to crop out previous members of a group shot and then paste us in, and it's just awful. Anyway, so we're going to do new headshots. Billy the Kid will be in. Michelle, it looks like you got dressed up a little bit. Michelle's going to get a headshot as well.
No.
I'm gonna do a 3-for shot here. I'm gonna do a group photo because right now it is MJ, Fester, and Michelle.
I'll hide behind Fester.
Oh,
that won't be difficult. It's like you're not even there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an eclipse.
I think I used to do that when we used to go out and do stuff all the time.
That's right.
I just hide behind
Total
Fester.
eclipse of Michelle.
Where's Michelle? You see like her foot sticking out of the bottom.
Turn around. If you're behind Fester, it's a total eclipse of Michelle. Every now and then I fall apart. I need you more than ever. Are those the actual lyrics?
YouTube's going to ban us for this show today.
Hey, Meredith.
Hey,
Meredith, come here.
Hey, let's get a preemptive just-in-case picture with Meredith.
Meredith. Hey,
Yes, let's do that, please.
Hey, real quick.
Hey,
I don't want to be a nosy. What is a nosy Parker?
Yeah, Nosy
All right,
Parker.
I don't want to be.
Senor.
I don't want to be a nosy Parker.
Hey, Meredith.
Yes.
But I heard you talking to somebody else in the hallway.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, Meredith.
Yeah.
About
You cannot say something and walk past here without
I
explaining.
know. It's a good one, though.
All right, I heard you about 15 minutes ago walking down the hall,
Yeah.
and I heard you talking to another female. I don't know who it was.
Lana from Country Station.
Okay, and I heard some. Can you believe that? I can't believe that happened. Or,
Yeah.
all right, I'm a nosy son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
All right, so what are
And
you?
he asked me, he goes, what were they talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even paying attention over here.
What were you talking about, Mayor?
Well, I went to go get the mail, and no, I didn't get a present or anything like that in there. I got a bunch of bills, and I found out that I got a summons to go to court.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a summons?
A summons
mean
and a fine.
wait a sec. A jury?
No.
What?
I have
You got a summons. Hold on.
You didn't pay a ticket.
no.
What is it?
Okay, so apparently
Yeah.
I'm watering my grass on the wrong day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's instead of I think I'm watering it on Wednesday, and it needs to be a Thursday. And because of that, they did send me one notification, like hey, you need to switch your days, which I gave to my husband. He's like, oh, I'll take care of it. He never did. I'm the one that pays the water bill, so it has my name on it. So now I have to go to court
Water
in front
court.
of a judge.
Really?
Yep, and pay a little fee citation.
Dun, dun, dun. Get the people's court music. We need
All
that.
right. Now,
Yeah.
where did you got this letter at home or here?
No, at home.
Oh, I was going to say, why are you getting your freaking mail here?
Nah, no.
Do you need like representation?
I would love representation.
You know, Michelle is an attorney.
Yeah.
Not me.
Amazing.
Are there water lawyers in town? I don't see that on the billboards.
I don't know.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you've been summoned. So you live in South Tampa.
Yes.
Just like I do.
Right.
So I'm guessing that you do not have reclaimed water in your neighborhood like I have.
I don't know what that means. So
There you go.
Hold on.
what?
Reclaimed water.
It's city water.
I have
Yeah.
So I'm in Beach Park.
Right.
I have 2 water meters. I have the regular potable drinkable water,
I don't know
and
what
then
this means.
we have reclaimed, which
Right.
is like
For the grass?
lightly treated that you can water your lawn anytime you want, any day
No.
with reclaimed. You
No.
don't have that.
You ever drive by a house and you smell the water? It smells like, kind of like poop.
Ass?
Like turlet.
Yeah, like poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a tinge of poop.
Yes.
That's reclaimed water.
It's not. No, it's not that bad. But you
So
know
I don't know what it is. I just know that I have a neighbor that's a snitch and told on me.
Oh.
And so,
Oh,
and-
really?
yeah, and apparently that's documented too. And I can ask the judge, who's the one that reported
No,
me.
you can't.
Oh,
Yes,
is that
I
how?
can.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
you
I
can.
can.
That's public record.
Yes,
Really?
it is. Yeah.
Wow, Meredith.
Because it happened at 6 a.m, the report did. So, and what, a lot of these city officials, especially the water department, they're not up
They're
at
not
6.
up at 6 a.m.
That is correct.
Listen, somebody. You know what? I had a complaint made against me.
Really?
Yeah, you know what?
Someone complained against you?
Yeah,
Shocking.
Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna drop. I want to talk about this later on. Do you have to
Okay.
go?
Yeah. I
All
gotta
right.
go. But anyway,
Looks like
I
looks
do
like
need
you're ready to go to
representation.
looks like you're ready to go to a nightclub.
She looks like she is.
I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, the luckiest
Same
gym.
thing. Nightclub gym.
Nightclub gym. It's the
Same
same
clothes.
thing. Have
It's the
fun.
luckiest gym ever.
Meredith,
All right.
Meredith, formerly of the MJ Morning Show many years ago, and now middays.
We're doing morning show pictures later, Mayor.
Meredith follows the MJ Morning Show now. Middays here on Q105 on 104.7 FM. Now, I had a complaint against me, and it is you know what? I've never told this story. And you know what? I will. The crazy complaint story. And, I mean, it's just bizarro freaking world. All right, it is also Friday the 13th. It's 6:12. We're just getting rolling. Obviously, I'm not going to be playing the one and only song sometimes that I play after the commercials coming up now. We're coming right back to content. So instead of one song during the entire morning show today, there will be 0 songs, which I think I'm moving in that direction anyway.
0 song.
0 songs in a row. Oh, you know what? That's a new sweeper. I've said that occasionally, but I'll have a sweeper made. All right, back in a second. MJ Morning Show, Friday the 13th. All right, here's Schreiner with traffic. Back in a minute.
Good morning.
Moly, 621 MJ Morning Show. Fester has brought Hadley. Look at that. Hadley is wearing the earrings from the mystery safe. Look at that. Yeah.
She's been wearing them all week.
You know, no one has said jack squat to me.
How do they even start the conversation?
I don't know. I think they're afraid.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting them back.
No.
I mean, you've got earrings that were obviously meant for some kind of prize. You know what it might have been? It might have been a giveaway, and the winner never came and picked up the prize, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
And for the early crowd, if you don't know the deal, this was last week. Actually, 1 week ago today.
Yep.
Yeah, it was last Friday. Hadley was in, and also Julian, our kid, was in. And during the commercial breaks, they were roaming around the place. And then even after the show, while we were cleaning up, they're roaming around. And this place has so many like empty offices and abandoned cubicles and just boxes and clutter and crap everywhere. You know, this Saturday, I think it's the Lightning Locker Room sale. We need to do a Beasley Media Group sale. And just, you know what, do it on our own.
Just come on in,
and
folks.
just let people wander through the station, and they just point to stuff they want, and I just instantly come up with a price. Up, $7.
Deal. I'll take it.
Yeah, you know.
Would you take five?
Okay, five. Cash only. So Hadley and Julian are wandering through the station, just finding all kinds of junk, and they found a safe. Like one of those office safes, like tan in color.
It was more substantial than like the $50 safe you can buy like at Harbor Freight or like the.
Yeah.
It was a really thick but smaller safe.
It was like a good 2-hour fireproof safe. I mean, it was a decent sized safe, and it was buried under a cubicle behind boxes and construction equipment. You know, because we've got Rudy in here building some new walls and stuff for some of the new studios and re-drywalling. and it was in the back underneath. I don't know how the hell you guys even found this. So they find this safe underneath the desk, and the safe is opened. It's not closed all the way. It was cracked. So they open the safe. You want to know why it's cracked? Because the spikes, or you know how when you turn a safe, you have those like metal rods that go into the side that for whatever reason the safe is like locked in the open position, so it can't actually fully close.
Right, it'll be open forever until somebody figures out the combination.
Guess what? Probably whoever had the combination, they were fired 5 promotion directors ago.
I mean, we might as well throw the safe away. I mean, it's really just a...
Oh, it's a useless...
It's worthless.
It's a useless safe. Absolutely. We'll just throw it in the parking lot. In fact, we'll sell it for $3 during the Beasley walkthrough garage sale.
That's a good idea. Hadley, so who saw the safe? Was it you that saw the safe, or did Julian see it?
It was Julian.
You gotta
talk right into the mic.
Louder.
It was Julian.
Julian saw it.
Well, of course he did.
But even Julian saw that it was tucked away in a corner and it was already open. And he and I both assumed, well, obviously there's nothing in it, because who would keep anything of value in an open safe?
They look inside the safe, and in the very back is a jewelry box. And it's from IDC. It's from International Diamond Center.
Amazing.
A sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. Great client. Love International Diamond Center. And there's this box. They open the box up, and there are diamond stud earrings in the box. Long forgotten, and they just took them. And now Hadley's wearing them. You're the winner. You got him.
Grand prize winner right there, Hadley. Good job.
You're the winner.
They look so lovely on you, Hadley.
Thank you, Miss Michelle.
Yeah.
They do. So Hadley's wearing the earrings, and nobody has said the word boo about these earrings.
Funny.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's fighters, keepers, losers, weepers.
I mean, look, Hadley, if you see Big Scary Ron coming, run out the door.
You won't recognize him as Big Scary anything.
Hey, let's see if Big Scary Ron is listening, and let's see if when he comes in this morning, he pops into the studio. I heard that about the earrings. Let me see he'll rip them out. He'll make your earlobes bleed. He'll rip them right out of your ears.
Stop.
That's Beasley property.
Listen.
Give it back.
No, don't stop.
I'm looking for a reason to punch that guy. Let him lay a hand on you.
All right.
There you go.
Six. Man, did you see Governor DeSantis yesterday?
About
you can run over protesters if you're in a situation.
I've always felt that way.
You know what? It doesn't look.
I agree.
I want to be very clear about something. I don't care if it's a Republican governor. I don't care if it's a Democratic governor. I don't care what the cause is. I don't care if it's a conservative cause, a liberal cause, a moderate cause, whatever. If there is suddenly protest and you're surrounded and maybe stuff is being thrown at your car, if you feel like you're in danger, you should be able to get the hell out of there. And this came up, and Governor DeSantis was it a presser, or he was at some event?
He was at a preschool. He was opening up a new preschool. He's like, it's great to be here at the preschool and all the children. Hey, how do you feel about hitting protesters? And he's like, I'm all for it.
Listen,
get them.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have clearance to just veer off the road and run over protesters. No. You will go to jail for that.
Oh.
But if you're in a situation where there's suddenly a protest and the streets are blocked and you're surrounded and people are taking like crowbars and bashing on your window or throwing rocks or cinder blocks at your car, and you feel like your life is in danger, your safety's in jeopardy, here, listen to the governor.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
And again, doesn't matter what your political leanings are, doesn't matter who the protesters are. In any case, whatever the political leanings are or whatever the event is, if you feel like you're in jeopardy, but you really better be in jeopardy. You can't just, find a bunch of old ladies that are protesting, the closure of a city park and just say, these ladies are threatening me. Let me veer off the road onto the sidewalk and mow them down. You can't do that.
So
all right?
I support people's right to protest.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, it's part of our Constitution.
I fully support people's right to protest.
You have First Amendment rights, but you have to lawfully assemble in many places. And
I have a big problem with people blocking roadways, or blocking bridges,
and that's the
blocking thoroughfares.
That's the big deal. That's one of the things that's occurred for decades is to try to make a statement and block an interstate, block a bridge. Exactly.
I think it's domestic terrorism.
Hey, did you see? Did you see Antonio Brown is now wanted for murder?
Yeah, speaking of domestic terrorists, how about that, AB? Man, what a mess.
I think we might have mentioned this. There was an incident. He got into a situation down in Miami last month.
So it was reported that he was in something and there was some kind of altercation, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Well, now Antonio Brown, AB, who holed himself up in a South Tampa home right off of South Manhattan.
Yeah.
Right, just north of Beta Bay, right? Well, yeah.
In that area, yeah.
Do you remember what the side street was?
I don't. I can look it up.
Hold on. I can look at my Google Maps, but,
Let's not go crazy. I'll look it up.
I mean, I pass by it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's go to Google Maps.
But I can't remember what road it was. But it was on Manhattan, up from Euclid, El Prado, then you have Beta Bay, and it was one of those streets like a couple north of... Oh. Yeah, do you have the...
I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, it's not urgent. But remember, he was wanted, and the cops had a warrant for his arrest, and TPD was trying to serve it, and he wouldn't come out of his house. And remember, that's when Fester and I showed up with a bullhorn. Oh, by the way, I need more batteries for the bullhorn.
Okay.
I really want to whip out the bullhorn now and just do my bullhorn noises, but the 12C batteries that this thing takes, they're dead because I left the switch on.
We have spent our budget for the second quarter.
Oh,
So it has to be at least
Yeah.
July. I mean, third quarter starts like in 3 weeks. So it's going to be a second.
Yeah. By the way, the bullhorn not having batteries, that's what actually started mystery merch. Remember that?
So Brett,
Yeah.
a loyal listener.
What was it? What is it? What road?
I haven't found it yet. I'm still looking.
Brett the loyal listener is
Brett
the one
loyal listener.
He sent us the Amazon Basic C batteries.
Right.
That cheap bastard couldn't send us like Duracells. No. He sent us Amazon Basic C batteries.
You know how many times he texts me and reminds me, I'm the godfather of mystery merch.
Well, send more. Send Energizers or Duracells.
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah. All right, so Antonio Brown.
Yeah, did you read the facts?
Yeah, last month in Miami at a boxing event involving former NFL receiver Antonio Brown, there were no arrests, but there was an incident, and, well, that's about to change. David O'Valley of the Washington Post reports that a warrant has been issued for Antonio Brown's arrest, accusing him of attempted murder with a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
The warrant requires him to post $10,000 bond and to remain under house arrest pending trial. Brown had claimed that he was jumped at the event and that he was released after telling authorities his side of the story. Videos posted to social media seem to include the sound of gunfire. The warrant cites witnesses who claim Brown was the shooter. Police detectives reportedly obtained footage of what appears to be Brown punching another man before taking the gun of a security officer and running toward the man that Brown had punched. Per the warrant, cell phone video shows a pair of gunshots as Brown approached the victim. He grabbed a security guard's gun?
I mean, that's just incredible.
What kind of crappy security guard is it that he was able to have his gun grabbed?
I know.
Several days later, the victim met with police detectives. He allegedly said that after the initial fight had broken up, Brown began to run toward him with a firearm and shot twice. I'm glad it wasn't a Bon Jovi song.
Yeah, right?
Shot through the heart, and and now they want him. Shot twice. The victim said he was possibly grazed in the neck.
That's like the best case scenario.
Antonio Brown spent 12 years in the NFL. He's not been arrested, We don't know if he has a lawyer yet, but there is apparently a warrant that he's wanted for attempted murder. Not to mention he's broke also. Didn't he? He's filed for bankruptcy. He's
He did.
totally broke. I mean, it's a very serious charge. And, attempted murder, if he fired a gun and grazed the guy's neck, and I mean, that could put him away for years for attempted murder here in Florida.
Yeah, what a fall.
Holy jamoli. All right, 6:34 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news. Oh, you know what we ought to do? We ought to play the bullhorn audio of outside of the home where AB was holed up. You know what? Before I get to the morons in the news, I'll whip out the audio fester in me.
All right.
Trying to coax Antonio Brown out of the home where he was a shut-in. He barricaded himself inside.
And then we got rolled up on by all these undercovers.
And then TPD ran us off because they were, observing him. Because remember, it was reported that he had like AR-15s in the house. All right, 6:34, early morons in the news. We'll play that funny audio next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, if you have a garage door incident, if you've got a busted garage door, if the spring breaks, who do you call? You call Banco. Who is the best garage door company in the Tampa Bay area, all of Florida, all of the United States, the world? It's Banco. You can bank on Banco. Bank on the best. BancoDoors.com. If a spring breaks, if you get those wires, little cables going down the sides of the doors, those are the tension cables. If those break, if a track comes off the wall, you got a panel that's screwed up. So any service that you need for your garage door, you call Banco. Mention me, MJ. Say, hey, I'm an MJ Morning Show listener. MJ talks about Banco overhead doors all the time. Can I get the MJ 10% discount? Absolutely. If you need a new garage door, maybe you want a hurricane-rated garage door. Maybe you want to just increase the curb appeal of your house. Maybe you want a state-of-the-art brand new garage door opener like the LiftMasters that we gave away for Mother's Day and that they installed at my house. It's Banco. BancoDoors.com for anything garage door related, and mention the MJ Morning Show. BancoDoors.com. 6:36, traffic's on with Schreiner. Morons in the news next.
Good morning. Traffic is moving.
It is the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, Michelle Hadley, Fester's daughter, with her pilfered earrings here in the radio studio
The way
today.
you say pilfer makes it sound like she went out of her way to rob them.
That's just a funny word.
Like
also,
the guy at the jewelry store who swallowed diamonds. and they
some
had to
words
wait
are funny, some words are not. Fester, pilfered. Pilfered is a funny word.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, very, very funny word. All right, so here's a couple of clips. If you just missed this breaking news this morning, there is an arrest warrant out for Antonio Brown, former Buccaneer, former Tom Brady Davis Islands couch sleeper.
And now I think mortal enemy because
Remember Giselle Bundchen and Tom Brady
Yeah.
took him in when he was down and out. I wonder what happened to that black Rolls Royce that he had parked in the driveway where he was all holed up in South Tampa.
Repoed.
he's probably sitting on the
Yeah.
used Rolls Royce lot right now.
Also, it was a black Rolls Royce SUV, kind of like that black Rolls Royce SUV that showed up in viral video around Tampa Bay in that road rage incident.
Which, we haven't heard anything about.
Yeah, what is the deal on that?
I don't know because the
'Cause-
video is out there and that license plate is findable. I mean, you can look it up.
Oh, the license plate is completely
Yeah.
visible on the video. And did we determine it was up on Hillsborough? Where was it?
It's on a road that's between like
It was on Hillsborough Avenue was the intersecting street, and it was like
Route
it was-
5 something,
Yeah, it was where that
560
like
something.
50th Street or
56th Street or
Yeah, it was like where that big
Right.
cane store is
And-
before the casino, heading toward the casino from
The
275.
video has been circulating on social media, and it's a local video, and it's an expensive, like $300,000 Rolls Royce SUV, a black SUV, and it's involved in some road rage, and it's like swerving and cutting another car off. I mean, it's like maniacal video. And then Michelle, you looked up the plate. What did you find on that plate?
Oh, that dude had a couple of parking tickets recently.
Whoa,
Parking tickets.
Whoa!
Quite this.
Oh my God!
So parking tickets are public record?
Yeah, if you go to I don't want to say how I did it, but
But
if you want to know if you have a parking ticket and you don't know the ticket number, how else do you look it up?
You look it up through the city or county has a
The
resource.
license plate number. So you just look up that.
Wow.
It no longer tells you who the owner is. Used to back in the day tell you who the owner was of the vehicle, but they don't disclose that
Okay,
anymore.
well, then,
So Antonio Brown, former Buccaneer, wanted for attempted murder charges now for firing a gun at a guy at a boxing event down in Miami last month. And, man, that could really put him away. I mean, that's unbelievable. Anyway, when he holed himself up in South Tampa and Fester and I showed up with a megaphone when he wouldn't come out, and there was a warrant for his arrest back then, right?
It was an active warrant,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, listen.
Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, this is the MJ Morning Show. Please come out. Antonio Brown, this is the MJ Morning Show. If you come out, I have a PDQ combo meal coupon for you.
And then I upped the ante.
A PDQ combo meal coupon is all yours if you come out. Wait a sec. Hang on. Reach into my pocket. I also have 2 Starburst. 2 Starburst and a PDQ combo meal coupon. Antonio Brown, come on out. This is the MJ Morning Show.
And then TPD, an undercover.
Well, they were fine with us in the street because that's the public domain. Or
No, I
right
don't
away.
think they wanted us in the street
They
with a
weren't.
megaphone yelling at the house, because there were reports that Antonio Brown had like AR-15s inside the house. So
Yeah, but I
they were
mean-
worried that he might start taking shots at us. And apparently he did take shots at somebody allegedly down in Miami last month.
I mean, if Antonio Brown would have popped this off, it probably would have solved a small problem for the city.
You know,
but
I, by the way, I ran into that cop. I'll tell you the story in a second.
once I went onto his property and walked up to his door to leave the PDQ gift card, that's when the cops are like, that's enough. Swarm. Get
Well,
these jokers out of here.
Listen, but
Extract them from the situation.
This undercover guy rolled up, plain clothes, plain vehicle, like an SUV, and he said, "Hey, MJ, and we know who you are. Listen, it's probably best for your safety, maybe just to leave." And we were okay with you kind of driving by, but when you started going up to the house and yelling with a megaphone from the sidewalk,
You can't have that.
So TPD asked us to leave, and of course we obliged and left immediately. And the officer, he was chuckling. He thought we were funny. We're just doing some radio shtick. But we're not going to impede. And if they needed us to leave, then. But they had that whole area. They had undercover cars, and that whole house was under surveillance.
They were probably in the trees.
And here come a couple of radio clowns. Here come a couple of radio jokers. All right. So they had to ask us to leave. Anyway, the cop, the undercover guy, that the TPD dude that pulled up on us and said, "Hey guys, I know who you are. Funny stuff, but you really probably should leave." I ran into him at the gas station on the corner of Lois and Cypress.
Who is he staking out there?
No, this was during the hurricanes. Remember when remember when the gas lines were nuts? And I went to fill up a couple of gas cans and fill up the vehicle because gas was so tough to find. It was either after Helene or after Hurricane Milton last year. And remember, you had cops at gas stations. The gas stations that had gas. A lot of the stations, the sheriff's offices and local police departments, and he was at the, "Hey, MJ, you remember me?" I'm like, yeah. Hey, I was the guy at Antonio Brown's house. All right, so speaking of police, oh, man. Early morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show. Denver police say that a driver flees the scene of a crash with an officer inside his vehicle.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, is right. The Denver police said that one of its officers had a close call last Sunday after a suspect crashed a vehicle and then tried to flee the scene with an officer inside. Cops said the crash occurred around 3:46 p.m., intersection of blah, 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 blah. Colfax, I know where that is, right off of I-70. When officers arrived, they found an unresponsive person inside a white GMC Yukon. Authorities said an officer entered the vehicle to turn it off. Turn the car off and render aid to the driver when the driver suddenly woke up unconscious and now unconscious. The driver wakes up and then tries to flee the scene with the cop hanging inside the car. Wow. A few blocks away, police used a precision immobilization technique.
Is that stop sticks?
That's the pit maneuver.
The pit maneuver?
Yeah, well, a pit... and
precision immobilization technique. It stands for something.
Force the Yukon into a light pole.
Oh, man.
Bringing it to a stop. Officers then took the suspect into custody. No one was injured in the crash. Wow. That's crazy, huh? You imagine you're unconscious and then you wake up and just floor the accelerator?
So is the guy responsible? I mean, he was unconscious. He woke up, he was startled.
I'm thinking there are some charges that'll be coming this dude's way.
Yeah, probably a few.
Yeah. Out of the Villages, folks. You gotta love the Villages news. Diner waves gun at seafood restaurant after allegation of stolen $100 bill. A guy was dining at a popular seafood restaurant at Catfish Johnny's.
Sounds like a good place.
In Lake Panasofkee.
That's the big lake off of I-75 with that long extended bridge like in Marion County.
Oh, that's Lake Panasofkee?
Yeah.
All right. So a guy was at Johnny's, Catfish Johnny's. That sounds like all we have is catfish on the menu. We got broiled catfish. We've got fried catfish. We've got sauteed catfish.
Come down to Catfish Johnny's.
Hey, what about Cajun Fester? You got some catfish you cook up there in the bayou, don't you?
Oh, let me tell you something here. Catfish,
that'd be blackened catfish.
Yeah, we cook them our way.
Okay.
Our way. We like them black. We put a little Tony Satchery on it. We fry them up,
So
I make a catfish beignet.
A guy,
I'll make-
chunks of catfish in your beignet with powdered sugar
I'll make your lady Michelle. I'll make her a catfish etouffee and a catfish beignet.
with a drizzle of chocolate sauce. Oh, good.
So Catfish Johnny has a 4.5 on the reviews on Google.
That's nice. I mean, because for the most part, Michelle's cutoff for a restaurant, Michelle wants to see at least a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of your floor.
That's it.
You like 4.5s and higher for any restaurant that we consider. So this guy's at Catfish Johnny's, and apparently he waved a gun after he was accused of stealing a $100 bill from a woman's purse. Joshua Nicholas Woolbright of right here in St. Petersburg was at Catfish Johnny's. Anyone know Joshua Nicholas Woolbright from St. Pete? So he's at Catfish Johnny's. It's last weekend when he got into an argument with a man who believed that Woolbright had taken a $100 bill from his wife's purse, according to the Sumter County Sheriff's Office arrest report. After the accusation, Woolbright displayed a gun and said, "Look at this!
I have a gun.
Look at this!"
All eyes on me. Put the catfish down. Pay attention to me.
Witnesses verified the accusation that Woolbright had displayed a gun. The firearm was recovered in Woolbright's vehicle. He was arrested on a felony charge of aggravated assault and a misdemeanor charge of improper exhibition of a firearm. You can't brandish a firearm in a threatening manner.
I gotta say, all the pictures on Google look really good.
Catfish Johnny's?
Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints. I'd be happy to go there.
Ah, this is Catfish Johnny.
Yeehaw!
We have more than just catfish.
We got hush puppies.
We got waffle fries. All right, so
All new catfish waffle fries.
have you looked at their menu at Catfish Johnny's?
You know, it seems fairly limited and extensive at the same time.
That makes no sense to me. All right, 6:54.
It's catfish, but it's any way you want it.
6:54 at the MJ Morning Show on Q105. When we get back, the 7 o'clock hour's on. Hey, do you know about the never broken bone theory? Do you know about this? The never broken a bone theory. Hold on. You'll hear all about that coming up. And then Fester, crap that you drink. Ooh, I got a warning about you. Oh, and if you're looking for a Cybertruck, well, there are some deals to be had. I think they're free now. All right, hold on. Hang on, we're back in a second. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you need window and door replacements, there's only one, folks. It's WeatherTight Windows. It's WeatherTight Mike. Don't forget the cookies. Call WeatherTight Mike. It's still early. Hurricane season just started, and generally it takes a little while for things to get rolling, especially here in Florida and on this side of the state. Hopefully we've got a quiet season here in the Tampa Bay area. But if you are looking for window and door replacements to fortify your home, maybe it's just time. Maybe you want to go to hurricane-resistant windows. You want to do the impact glass. You call WeatherTight Mike. They're going to come out there. People love dealing with WeatherTight windows. Every aspect, from initial contact to them coming out and surveying, and the representative talking about all the options and possibilities. So WeatherTight Windows. They sell PGT custom windows and doors, an excellent product, and of course their installation is the best. You got to have good installation with your window and door replacements, or else it's for naught. Because if you've got a good product but it's installed incorrectly, well, that's a big giant problem. Right now, $200 rebate per door, $100 rebate per window. It's WeatherTight Mike, WeatherTightWindows.com. Tell them MJ sent you. Zero Res's 15% off sale is on like Donkey Kong, and it's only for the month of June. 15% off everything. You want your carpets cleaned? 15% off. You want your grout and tile cleaned? 15% off. You want your air ducts cleaned? Zero Res does amazing professional air duct cleaning. Let's say you've got all kinds of dust and you got all kinds of filth and growth and muck and garbage up in your air ducts. Maybe you're all stuffed up. What's going on inside your air ducts? You won't believe what'll come out of those things. You want your air ducts cleaned? 15% off. What? Area rugs, upholstery cleaning, 15% off. Everything. Get 3, 4, 5 rooms in your house cleaned, carpet-wise, 15% off. ZR waters their process. They don't leave the heavy soaps and chemicals behind like the other companies. That residue attracts dirt faster. 15% off everything. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com, ZeroResTampaBay.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Call the phone number on the website, or you can book online, but always tell Zero Res that MJ sent you. 657 Shriner, traffic back in a minute.
In Tampa, we have a crash on 270.
At the MJ Morning Show, do you know about never broken a bone theory? Get to that in a second. First, though, just a little promo, a little teaser here. I'm told that Fester's precocious daughter, Hadley, has a segment plan that she needs some airtime for some kind of a bit.
Yes.
Can you tell me what it's about?
Not really. No.
Come on, what is it?
Here's
Come
the
on.
thing. Here's the thing. Last time she came to the studio, right?
Right.
We really didn't talk to her.
Yeah.
We really didn't talk to Julian.
Right.
Right? Last Friday, both of the kids were here, and granted, they spent half their time rummaging through the radio station.
And they profited from that.
Yes.
They picked the lock in Ron's office. They made copies of sensitive documents.
Yes. Very, very sensitive.
I got a whole pile to go through.
So at the end of the show, she says, I really didn't talk much on the radio today. And I go, you know whose fault that is? And she goes, yeah, MJ's. And I was like, no, it's not MJ's fault. It's your fault.
You didn't bring any material to the table.
You got to bring something.
Right.
It's one thing for you to come and sit in, but
Aw.
you bring us a segment that we can do, and then we can engage.
All right, so
Otherwise-
Fester's 13-year-old daughter, Hadley, has brought material to the show. So next segment, we'll start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ coming up about 7:26 or so. And sometime during the long segment, I'm going to turn the mic over to Hadley because Hadley has some kind of a prepared bit. Can you tell me what the theme is?
Hadley
Does it
has-
have a name?
We're working on it. It's still we have a couple of working
Well, what is
titles.
the basic content?
Recently, Hadley has been dropping knowledge on me that I've never known before or even really thought about. But it's all very
Like
factual.
historical knowledge?
No, just like life knowledge.
Facts?
Life facts.
Oh, really?
That my mind has never even wrapped around this concept before.
Hey, you know what happens if
but
you
she's
take
absolutely right.
You know what happens if you take the C out of facts?
Fats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to point that out. Fester life fats.
Yeah. I got a couple of them right here. But no, she came up with and she's been dropping on me lately. She's,
All right.
did you know? And she'll say blah 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 blah.
Better
I'm
be
like,
good.
That's what I said.
If I'm at a time, how many minutes do I need to allot for Hadley?
12.
Yeah, Michelle, I'm
Yeah.
not giving 12 minutes.
You know what? 12 is on the button. 12 is on the
No,
button.
really. How much time do I need?
Maybe 11 and a half?
All right, really. Come on.
Maybe 10?
Come on. 5 minutes? 3
Okay,
minutes?
listen, hold on. So, as all segments that other people bring to you,
All right.
there will be the MJ trigger.
Right.
Uh-huh,
I will cut, when it's not good, I'll cut it off.
A good segment will
I'll
continue.
shut her down.
So, Hadley, you really got to get them in.
All right.
All right, we're working on it.
So
All right.
special Hadley content coming up. A mystery to me. So do you ever hear of the never broken a bone theory? Have you ever heard of this?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. Is it like if you've never broken a bone, then you've never really lived?
Nah, it's not that.
Or you never
So-
played hard?
I never broke a bone until Vail.
It was a pinky bone, wasn't it?
No, I broke my thumb. I have a scar. I broke the whole base of my thumb right here. Snapped it in half by hitting a tree, Sonny Bono style. Well, luckily it wasn't Sonny Bono style because he crashed into a tree head first without a helmet. But I was doing a tree run in Vail, and I wasn't going fast, but I caught a nub. So the tip of my powder skis caught a nub, little pine nub.
Wait, Fester, have you ever broken a bone?
I've sprained an ankle, but
That's it?
I've never broken a bone.
I got to look back at my photos in my photo thing and see when that
Hadley, have you broken a bone?
was. That 2020, Michelle? Was
No.
that Hadley's mic is not on.
Yeah. Keep it on.
It was 2020 because we went in.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about that
Yeah.
trip I remember. Michelle wisely bought trip insurance.
Yeah.
Because it was like during COVID times and, you might lose a deposit if
Yeah.
things amped up again. So for the couple of bananas that it cost for the insurance.
Yeah, I'm looking right
Is
now.
that the craziest thing?
Yeah. And
Like-
that's the one time he has like a $100,000 medical bill.
I mean,
Oh, it wasn't that much. It was $34,000.
close.
Might as well be.
This
Yeah.
is a great freaking story. Hang on, let me just find the picture because I want to hold the picture of me in the hospital, and then we'll get into the never broken a bone theory.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what that is.
Here it is, right here. So I'm going to hold the image. This is this is my X-ray, and I'm holding it up, and you can see. Let me just get a pen. You can see right there is the broken thumb.
That looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So that's
fascinating.
me. That's me looking at the X-ray in the hospital, and then let's see here. Oh, here's another picture of me. This is me about to undergo surgery. I'm holding this up to MJTV.
Look at you.
This is me about to undergo surgery at the Vail Medical Center, where they don't take insurance. It's like cash only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a whole racket going on there.
So, well, this could be like a little PSA
Yeah.
for
Oh.
people who are going to a resort destination and you're going to be very active. Just know that those hospitals
Yeah.
do not have contracts with insurance companies.
Yeah, because they want cash from all the sucker
Yeah.
tourists.
You're
Right.
not getting a deal.
All right, look at this. I'm holding this picture up to MJTV. And folks, if you're watching MJTV Live, you're seeing this. If not, if you're just listening to the radio or streaming audio, you can go back and watch MJTV. If you just go to mjmorningshow.com, you can scroll down and just look for MJTV. You click on that, and you can watch us live when we're on 6 to 10, Monday through Friday, or you can watch any of the archive shows. So I'm showing these pictures right now. And you know what that is? Festa, take a look at that. Do you know what that picture is I'm holding up right now?
I think so.
What do you think that is?
That's the hand of surgery.
It is, but what do you notice about the hand of
Well,
surgery?
it has like the doctor. Is this his initials?
Yeah.
Or doctor?
Yep. So they marked my hand with a magic marker to confirm that that was the hand that they were operating on.
Yeah, I
Because
was
you don't want the left leg. Remember, who was the dude at University Community Medical
I
Center
don't
that had
remember
the
his name.
Willie something?
Willie one leg.
He had the wrong leg cut off. Yeah,
The
remember that?
wrong leg. It was a.
A university hospital, whatever.
But MJ, I've seen guys preparing or people being prepared for surgery, and one leg says yes, and the other leg says no.
Yeah, that's another
In
thing.
marker. No, wrong leg. Stop.
So I had my hand surgery done by the orthopedic experts at the Stedman Clinic, where a bunch of athletes, like NFL players, NHL hockey players, Stedman out in Vail is well known as being like really good with orthopedic surgery. So I had my hand done by like their top hand doctor. So I've got a titanium plate connecting my bones. Then they said, nope, we don't want to pin it. So some doctors would say, we'll just pin it. No, they wanted to go in and plate it. So I've got a titanium plate, which, by the way, that little piece of metal probably like $12,000.
That's probably about right.
So before I get to the never a broken bone theory, Michelle, you bought trip insurance. This is brilliant. We just kind of fell into it. So Michelle bought trip insurance because it was December of 2020, and COVID was still among us, and what if our trip got canceled? We have the airfare. I've got the Epic passes that I bought for the whole family. So we have the condo rental out in Vail. So Michelle bought trip insurance. It's like what, $800 or $900?
Yeah.
Bought trip insurance. Turns out the trip insurance had 100% hospital coverage.
Oh, yeah.
The bill to fix my broken thumb was $34,000. And the whole thing, we didn't see a dime. They tried to run you around for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Do a quick explanation.
You have to send in the paperwork within a certain amount of time, obviously, and I was running a little late with that, but I still met the deadline. But then they're like, you have to send in certain paperwork, and you have to, I forget what it was. They kept requesting something from you. I sent them the airline tickets. They want to make sure that it was like a consistent trip.
They were hoping also that my base insurance.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry, you reminded me.
Yeah.
That was the thing. They wanted to know if we had other insurance, like that would be the primary insurance, and I said, I do have other insurance, but per our agreement, per the contract I bought, which I called and verified with them first, that if anything happens, you're going to pay. Yeah. And they were like, yes. And I said, regardless of our other insurance, because the one thing we learned about Obamacare is that when you have Obamacare through one state, if you travel, it doesn't necessarily cover you in the other state. And that was also a concern of ours. So I was like, okay. This policy is going to cover us no matter what happens. And I was literally like, all four of us fall off the ski lift, busted bones. You're going to cover all four of us. And they were like, up to $100,000 a person, blah, blah. They rattled it all off to me.
You also had it in writing as well.
Oh, yeah, because I printed it out.
Yeah, don't mess with my lawyer wife, you insurance bitches.
Oh, no.
All right.
I told them I was going to report them to the insurance
commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they paid.
They paid the next day.
We had
Cited them those statutes.
$34,000 in surgery bills paid for completely because Michelle bought $879 trip insurance policy, which was fantastic. All right, so I guess I don't have a guardian angel because the never broken a bone theory, this is, making the rounds on social media again. I've heard of this before, but now it's getting really popular. It's popped up in my feed on, Instagram a couple of times. And the reason why people think that some people go through life without breaking a bone, the never broken a bone theory is that you're being protected by a higher being, like a guardian angel.
What? So everybody who falls off a roof has no guardian angel?
Yep.
Evil Knievel didn't have a guardian angel?
So people think that if you've never broken a bone in your life, and listen, it took me, 2020, it's 5 years ago, it took me 54 years or 53 years to not break a bone. So I had a guardian angel for 53 years, and then apparently my guardian angel got all drunk.
Yeah, it had
some meth problem.
It walked out on you.
Yeah, just probably in a stupor, probably just in a meth coma.
Oh man, right. I don't know. If the theory was something like you live a healthier life because your bone has never been compromised, I might believe that.
The belief that higher beings are protecting select human beings from broken bones originates from
where? I have no idea.
A fortune cookie thing. No. It's from the Bible. I didn't know this. I learned something new just researching this.
Thou shalt not have broken bones?
One quote specifically mentions that God protects select individuals from harm, so much so they will never break a bone in their body. So I don't know where that's from, like what chapter, I don't know, chapter and verse or what, but apparently that's biblical.
Okay.
Yeah. So heads up on the never broken a bone theory. And man, I thought I was going to be able to, and that was kind of a thing I was keeping track of. I thought I was going to be able to go through my entire life without breaking a bone. And then 5 years ago, what?
That's just weird.
What's weird?
Going through my whole life keeping track of not breaking a bone.
I've always thought about that. Hey, Fester.
Yes.
Drinking sugar may be worse than eating it, and you drink a ton load of sugar.
Okay.
Holy sugar.
I don't buy any of these food research things. I don't buy any of them. Who's
We've got brand new research from Brigham Young University.
Okay, that's another dude. You're gonna tell me?
Oh, you're gonna tell me you don't want to listen to research from Mormons now? Is that it?
Not about drinking sugar. Not about drinking sugar. That's like a Mormon staple.
What?
So Mormons don't drink sugary
No.
beverages?
Mormon, it's caffeine. No.
Is that it?
Yeah, caffeine. Mormons, like I grew up knowing several Mormons, and they would never drink a Coke. And when caffeine-free Coke came out, back like in the mid 80s or whatever it was, when caffeine-free Coke came out, it was like halla freaking Luya time. My Mormon friends loved it.
They were like, bring them here.
Where did you have Mormon friends?
Brigham here, what?
Where did you have Mormon friends?
In Virginia Beach, Mark Romulus. My buddy Mark Romulus.
All right.
He had the coolest 69 Camaro. He did.
No caffeine, but Camaro's okay.
I wonder where Mark Romulus is today. Good guy. Man, a Mormon. Good guy. Anyway, Fester?
All right, so Mormons can drink sugar. Okay.
Yes, they can drink sugar.
I still don't trust them.
It's caffeine.
Yeah.
You don't trust what?
Any denomination or
that doesn't drink caffeine? You don't trust them?
Yeah.
What the hell are you rambling about?
I don't know.
All right, so the study analyzed data from over 500,000 people across multiple continents.
What, all of Utah?
And found that sugar consumed through drinks such as soda and juice was consistently linked to higher risks of type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
Which you clearly have that, Fester. Sugar from other sources reportedly showed no such link, or in some cases associated with lower risk of diabetes. So what, like sugar from fruit? Maybe sugar in a slice of cake?
No, I don't believe that.
Humanity has been eating fruit forever.
Yeah.
Do the Mormons? They're down with Adam and Eve, right? Wasn't there
Yeah.
fruit involved in all that?
Oh yeah, an apple.
Yeah, the snake is like, hey.
Hold, what are you saying? I'm saying that
I'm saying people have eaten fruit for
but
all
hold
time.
on. It's not. It's only the sugar that you drink that they're saying is linked to an increased risk
Ah,
of type 2
you said
diabetes.
you said fruit juice.
No, okay.
You said fruit was okay.
No. Eating fruit
yeah.
versus drinking fruit juice. And listen, fruit juice has a lot of sugar. You know, if you have a glass, I mean, if you
You just changed the whole thing though.
But you don't think-
I changed nothing.
You don't think like the Florida cavemen were like, squeeze orange, you get orange juice. No, the sugar. Don't drink the sugar.
Michelle, drinking, according to this research, drinking your sugar,
Yeah.
like in a soda or fruit juice,
Right.
has a higher risk of type 2 diabetes than eating the sugar. So if you eat, let's say, an apple or an orange, you eat the whole fruit, that is better and not linked to type 2 diabetes or an increase
Are you
than
sure?
if you have a glass of orange juice.
Are you sure the Mormons aren't talking about like high fructose corn syrup?
No,
Yeah.
Because
no.
that's like all
That's
sugar.
That's garbage.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's
yeah.
the kind of garbage.
That's why
sugary
people.
Garbage.
That's why people like Mexican Cokes, because the the Mexican Coke has the real sugar, real cane sugar, versus the Cokes that we get here have the high fructose corn syrup. Unless when it's Jewish Passover time,
the yellow caps.
yes, aren't those are regular cane sugar Cokes during Passover time instead of the high fructose corn syrup. But listen, I'm just giving you a heads up, man. Don't shoot the freaking messenger. I'm just pointing something out.
But we don't like that study.
And, you know what I was going to mention? That if you have an 8-ounce glass, or let's go 12 ounces. A 12-ounce glass of orange juice has more sugar in it than a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and
You've told me that for a long time.
look at all the cavemen with the diabetes.
But the orange juice, though, is natural sugar, whereas the Coke does have high
All kinds of chemicals.
fructose.
But that's why I only have, that's why they call it a juice glass, right? The glass that's smaller. And I just have that little thing, like maybe even 6 ounces of juice.
Hey, Fester,
yo, baby.
I think you can just go up to a Tesla dealer and just drive off with a Tesla Cybertruck. They've got so many of them backed up. I think they're giving them away free.
All right.
I think if you stop by the Tesla dealer, isn't there one on
Florida Avenue?
on Florida Avenue?
There's several of them around town.
Right.
MJ.
But if you go to a Tesla dealer, I think they will just give you a Cybertruck for free.
These are some tough times for the Tesla owners.
It is. But
a couple months ago, all we had to worry about were the crazy liberals. Now we got to worry about the crazy liberals and the crazy MAGA people. We got to worry about both extremes. They both hate us now. I just bought a nice car. I mean, okay.
Everybody hates you.
I told Allison, don't park near any hippies. And now it's like, don't park with guys with flannel gun racks in their car either.
Poor Allison.
I know.
A flannel gun rack?
Wearing flannels with a gun rack in it.
All right.
With the big MAGA stickers.
You know what people are doing? People are peeling the Tesla logos off their car. You ought to consider that. People are removing the Tesla T. I'm seeing it more and more. They're debadging. That's what it's called when you take the badge off. You know, if you let's say you're driving around in a Mercedes or a BMW, and let's say it's like a 5 Series BMW, but you bought the cheap 5 Series, like a 528, and you don't want people to. You just take the 528 off.
Debadge it,
or you debadge it. Or there are people that will take they'll go to the parts department and buy the 550. And they'll just stick that on. Or, Mercedes, people put AMG and, whatever.
But all these cars are fairly specific cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to see the little T on the back to know what it is.
Hey,
Right.
We used to work with somebody that had a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And they put the more expensive model badging.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You know who it was?
No.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was.
Some poser.
Yeah, it was the sponge dude. Yeah. Seriously. He had a cheaper Mercedes, and he put the more expensive badging. Went to the Mercedes parts department and bought the more expensive model badging and applied that to the back of the vehicle.
That says it all.
Yep. That's all you need to know. All right. So, you can just go to the Tesla dealer today and just tell them you want a free Cybertruck.
They'll probably give you a hell of a deal.
No, they'll just give you the keys. Because
On a high-mile lease. Drive it all you want.
I'm kidding around. They won't give you a free one. But there are thousands and thousands of unsold Cybertrucks from Tesla that are all piling up. So heads up on that. Oh, man, look at the time. 7:22 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, man, the nuttiest, most ridiculous way to eat pizza, all right? Also, don't get office chair butt. Do not get office chair butt. Hadley has a special surprise segment, and I'm told it's funny. And it's next. And a whole lot more. That's just scratching the surface. Got a lot more crap coming up because we're doing an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, this weekend, a phenomenal weekend to go see my friends at Veterans Ford. Veterans Ford, Linebaugh, and the Veterans Expressway, where you can get Ford employee pricing. You want a brand new Ford car, truck, or SUV, you go to Veterans Ford, and you tell them MJ sent you, and you want the employee pricing. Now, Ford is making this offer available to everyone. You're going to be able to get a new Ford for less than dealer cost with employee pricing. But you got to hurry because it expires in a couple of weeks. So this weekend, great time to go visit Veterans Ford. If you ever need Ford service, the service department at Veterans Ford is fantastic. I know several people that have switched from a different Ford service dealership because they hated them and it was an awful, miserable experience. And now they're like singing the praises. Oh my God, I wish I went to Veterans Ford for my Ford service, years ago. Yeah, Veterans Ford's fantastic. Veterans Ford at Linebaugh and the Veterans Expressway, and tell them that MJ sent you. International Diamond Center, folks, has their special yearly zero interest financing for 5-year offer on now. This is highly coveted. People wait for this. What jewelry do you want from IDC? Well, now you can get it and just make principal payments with zero interest for 5 years. Do you know what happens when you just pay principal and there's no interest? Oh, it's phenomenal. So you don't pay interest until 2030. So you're going to pay it off by then. There'll be no interest. The highest quality jewelry, folks, at incredible prices, non-commissioned salespeople. You need that engagement ring. You want to do a diamond upgrade for your loved one. The biggest selection of diamonds in the state of Florida, bar none. They deal directly. They all know internationally, and they know who IDC is. International Diamond Center, IDC, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. And right now, zero interest financing for 5 years. And tell them that MJ sent you, but it's only during the month of June. I want to introduce you to Steve and Elizabeth Holland. Who are Steve and Elizabeth Holland? They are the founders of the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors. I do not want you to be on a road to misery and then have a miserable retirement. Are you in your mid to late 40s? Are you in your 50s? Is retirement on the horizon? Maybe you're a month away, maybe a year away, maybe you are retired. Let the Hollands build you an investment strategy and a full retirement plan. Get a second opinion. Do you have tax mitigation? Do not get surprised and clobbered over your head with high taxes and be shocked. It happens a lot. You need a tax plan. You need a full retirement plan, and the Hollands will build it all for you, complimentary, no obligation, no cost to you, no commitment. Have a conversation. Ask the Hollands any questions you have. AskTheHollands.com. Phone numbers on the website. Tell them MJ sent you. AskTheHollands.com. 726, traffic with Shriner. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
In Tampa.
is 7:28. 1 hour, 20 minutes nonstop. MJ starts right now. All right, I'm a pizza nut. In fact, Michelle, I'm pretty confident that pizza is somehow going to fit into our weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How's that?
Somewhere. Are you okay with me doing cacio e pepe
Nah,
tonight?
I haven't decided.
Oh, come on. I've got this great block of Sardinian pecorino.
Okay, all right. You can tell her all about your pecker later.
No, it's pecorino.
Apologies.
All right.
Sorry.
So I'm making cacio tonight. You know, cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper with a great, bronze die cut pasta. Hey, listen to this. This woman, this is from a Reddit thread, right? This is Reddit. And the woman is talking about, my boyfriend hates the way I eat my pizza. All right, Michelle, if you ate your pizza like this, I would big D you. Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
No,
I would big D you.
Big D. I mean, especially when you say it.
I was saying big divorce.
Yeah.
If you ate pizza like this, is unbelievable. My boyfriend hates the way I eat my pizza. I eat the toppings first. So peels the toppings off the pizza.
Oh, no.
Then pulls the cheese off and eats the cheese.
No.
It's like she's having like a
Then
charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Right? It's a pepperoni or
then slurps the sauce off the pizza and then eats the dough and dips it in garlic sauce or ranch dressing. It's like you're deconstructing the whole freaking pizza.
I don't like that. I have eaten, like when you just get a pepperoni, sometimes I like to just like pick off a few pepperonis and have those, solo.
Yeah, but that's not the whole way you eat the slice. I mean, MJ, you know what? I don't agree with it, but I'm tolerant of it. You know what? I mean, I accept diversity in many forms, and this form of eating pizza. When you said my boyfriend hates the way I eat pizza, I thought of,
what were you thinking?
I thought of somebody who eats the pizza backwards.
Oh, I eat the crust first.
Yeah.
Well, all those dumb stuffed crust pizzas. I mean, the folks that have come up with every way to F up pizza, it drives me
You
nuts.
mean make it delicious
Or improve it.
But I save the stuffed crust for the end. Like we went to a very fancy hut that has a stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, you went to the hut?
Yeah, it was like $12.99. We got two of them, right? We are a ground beef family.
Okay.
If we get like a one-topping pizza, we'll get like the ground beef.
Yeah.
Sausage too spicy. Pepperoni's not always everybody's thing.
Yeah.
Gives me the agita. Anyway, we save the stuffed crust portion.
Gives you the agita?
Save the stuffed crust portion for the end. But yeah, so if you were going to say, I eat my pizza backwards, with like how Europeans eat pie. Ugh, weirdos.
Oh, really?
Oh, how do Europeans eat pie?
You never heard that?
No.
Like a spy was caught who broke into Nazi Germany, and he was like in like the inner workings of everything. And then
What the hell are you making up?
Then when pie came out for dessert, he ate pie point first, and everybody else ate pie from the crust first, and they captured him as a spy. You never heard that story?
No. Are you making this up?
You're making this up.
It almost foiled the Allied forces in World War II.
Michelle,
we could all be speaking German right now if it wasn't for the stupid pie guy making a mistake.
Is that a scene that was, that must have been a scene cut out of Inglourious Bastards or something.
No, that's the fingers.
All right.
Inglourious Bastard they do the fingers.
Right. All right, hold on a minute.
I don't know if it's true or not,
Michelle,
but I've heard it.
That's not, Michelle, look this up. Nazi pie, eating pie the wrong way. Listen, you're spreading erroneous information.
Spy eating pie.
Spy pie.
Europe. Maybe Nazi. I don't know if Nazis are involved.
I don't know if Nazis are a part of
It
this.
was that Marie Callender spy.
Operation Mincemeat.
What?
Maybe that's not it.
All right, Michelle, can you find anything that would fester saying
I'm looking.
eating pie backward exposed a Nazi spy infiltrator?
All right, we got to do a little research on it.
Yeah, this is going to take a little bit.
Dude, where did you first hear that?
Like, around.
Well, you heard it?
Hey, kid, you want to hear some scoops on World War II? Yeah, what do you got?
The hell are you saying, mate? You're just making that up.
American Spy.
Yeah.
American Spy discovered because of their table manners.
Yeah, I go to straight from the dope message board. That's
Listen,
where I get all my facts.
Dude, this is like a click away from the dark web, man, and there's a lot of stuff there.
Someone recently told me that American spies in Germany were often discovered because of the way they ate. Specifically, they'd cut their food, then put down their knife and switch their fork from their left to right. This says nothing about pie.
But one spy was captured with pie. I mean, he said several American spies.
Michelle is an expert searcher. You can't find this anywhere, can you? No, right?
I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. 1940s. American spy is discovered when he holds his knife and fork American style.
We just said that's what I just said.
Well, I'm trying to research
but
at the same
nothing
time.
nothing about pie. Fessy, you're just making it up.
Yeah.
Apparently, those files are still sealed.
The thing that I did find is that apparently back in the day, you weren't supposed to eat the crust. That was just meant to like hold everything together. You're just supposed to eat the inside, like mincemeat. You're just supposed to eat the mincemeat.
I did not. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had mincemeat pie or whatever it is.
I mean, old Tulsi Gabbard hasn't asked AI if she can release it yet. What a mess.
What's a mess?
Asking AI about files.
Okay.
That's a.
Right.
And eating pie the wrong way.
All right. Folks, you don't want office chair butt. It's a thing.
Is it like the flattening and widening out of an ass?
Yeah. Your butt, it has a name. It's called office butt chair. And some people refuse to.
Wait, it's called what?
Office butt chair. I'm sorry, office chair butt.
Yeah, I don't know what you were saying. It's like you're dyslexic over there with words, though.
Hang on a minute. It's office chair butt.
Yeah.
And it's a real deal that if you sit too much, you'll lose some of the bulbous roundness or the shape of your butt. And you could get a flatter butt if you sit in an office chair all day long.
I mean, that does make sense,
Yeah.
right?
But I never thought that it would really flatten out your hiney. I never thought that it would mold that way. But no, this is apparently a deal. This is a situation.
I mean, if you're not building muscle back there.
Yeah.
Your gluteus maximus and surrounding tissue, by sitting on it all day, that it can flatten out the fat. And this is according to Michael Malicia, an occupational therapist, wrote a recent report, and that sitting too much on a chair, like in an office environment, could be to blame for a flattening butt. Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that because you sit a lot.
But
he stands a lot.
But wait a minute, there's more. So what is even more prevalent? So this is important. So sitting can give you a flatter butt, but that is not as significant as the real crux of the story, that it's lack of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That if you do sit all day, you can have a flattening in the butt, but movement and activity during the day could help mitigate or prevent too much butt flattening. So sitting it can be a problem, too much, but if you sit too long without taking a break and moving around, then that increases the chance of office chair flat butt. So you want to move around, and you can mitigate or prevent the flattening of your butt in the office chair if you just move around. So little heads up. Hey, what about the unbelievable plane crash yesterday? I mentioned it early in the show. I had a quick mention about, oh my God, the 787 crash.
But other than the fact that it crashed and it was terrible, we really didn't have any information.
No, there was not a lot of info, and more info started coming out after the morning show yesterday, and it was early. It was like, I think the first segment of the show yesterday, I made a mention about this plane crash, and it was a Boeing 787-8. This is the first time that a Boeing 787 has crashed. There have been no crashes. I want to say, hey, look up the 787, and I've been on the Dreamliner a couple of times, for trips to Asia, that or the 350 typically these days, or the 777. Look up 787 in-service date. I want to say it was like 2012, 2014 maybe. So
October of 2011.
2011. Okay. So the first commercial flight of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner was October 26, 2011. And it was ANA, All Nippon Airways, Japanese airline, that flew the first commercial revenue 787 flight. But do you realize how many flight hours since 2011? We'll call it, 14 years that this plane has been flying. Do you know how many flights? Do you know how many millions of hours this aircraft has flown? And there's never been a 787 crash until yesterday in Western India.
Air India, right?
It was Air India, which that airline, I don't think I would ever fly Air India.
Did you see the video that the guy shot of nothing working on the plane?
Yeah, so I'm about to get to that.
Real?
Hold on.
Oh.
Apparently that was the flight before. All right, so there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. First,
I thought that guy was dead.
No,
I was like,
no.
I thought he put it on his social media and then died like 30 seconds later.
Hey, kid, stick with me. All right. All right. So
Okay, Pop.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the story. I only have 2 minutes here, so I want to just tell you a couple of things. One survivor, a guy walked out of the crash. One dude,
all but unscathed. I saw his face, and he has some kind of bruises.
Vishwash Kumar Ramesh.
Mm.
He is a lucky guy.
Well, listen,
He's a very, very lucky guy.
He's a Briton.
Well,
Mhm.
he's Indian, but he's
of Indian descent.
He has British citizenship. One dude, 242 people on this aircraft, 241 are dead, and one guy walks off the plane. And I saw that the plane had crashed into, they said it was like a medical college.
Mhm.
It was a hostel
Yeah.
that had medical students in
Right.
it.
So
Right.
it crashed into some kind of medical building or
24 people on the ground.
yeah, I mean,
Oh.
yeah, you had people that died on the ground. I mean, just terrible.
Awful.
But if you look at the video from India, the rear of the aircraft is like lodged like a missile into this building, and I would have said that the survivor was in the back of the airplane
Mhm.
because it didn't catch on fire in the very back, but the front where the engines are, and you get the fuel tanks in the engines, or in the wings rather. So the fuel tank cells are in the wings, and that all burst into flames and charred everything, and there was just some nastiness going on. This dude was in seat 11A, near the front of the aircraft. 11A is a window seat in the Boeing 787.
Oh.
And I was looking at the seating chart, and it's unfreaking. You know what's really spooky? If you look at aircraft accident reports, like the NTSB Blue Book reports on aircraft accidents, they have the whole interior seating chart.
Mhm.
And if there are crashes where some people died, some were injured, or some survived without injury, they color code it. And it's like red, all the seats, they'll mark the seats, like the people in these seats died, serious injuries in these seats, minor injuries. And it's just kind of morbid to look.
Do you think they statistically know what the best seat is?
It depends on the crash. It all depends on the
Yeah.
type of crash that it is.
Because,
typically it has been said that the rear of the plane, a lot of people have a superstition. Oh, you want to sit right above where the black box is. And a lot of times in I don't know if it's still current, but a lot of times the black box is in the rear of the airplane, like on the left rear, in the back is where the flight recorders, data flight recorder, and the voice recorder.
Huh.
But this guy was
But Fester asked the question. I heard an analyst yesterday say that that's unusual for him to have survived this because it was right over the wing.
Yeah.
and oftentimes
it was just ahead of the wing. So
right, and oftentimes that's the part that maybe breaks away or something.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but that's also the exit row. So how does that work if that's an unusual spot for somebody to survive, but is the exit row?
Well, let me tell you, on this particular aircraft, I'm looking at the most likely configuration for this Boeing 787. He was in row 11A, and the 787 in this configuration for Air India, it appears to be a 333 configuration. 3 and then an aisle, the center section with 3 seats, and then the next aisle, and then 3 on the other side of the airplane. So 3, 3, 3. He was behind business class. Business class apparently had 3 rows.
He was
then,
first row.
Then you had a galley. He was the first row in economy, all right? And he was at an exit seat. So he had that space or a bulkhead. He was right at the exit. And apparently he was window seat exit. And he just walked off the airplane after it crashed. And there's video. Have you seen the video of him walking down the street? He's bloodied. His shirt is ripped a little bit and it's soiled. And the dude is just walking down the street like dazed. Can you imagine what goes through your head? I mean, can you imagine life going forward? 241 people died on this aircraft, and you're the sole survivor that walked off, climbed out of the exit, and is just walking down the street.
It's like it's amazing and it's a curse all the same.
It's like Final Destination for reals. You know? Unbelievable. First time ever. It's way too early to speculate, but there is video of the plane taking off. The plane never got enough lift. It got like 625 feet off the ground. And then it just started slowly sinking. It couldn't get lift. Landing gear was still up as well. They didn't retract the landing gear. There's just, who knows? It's way too early to say whether it was mechanical.
It looked mechanical.
Well, or pilot error. Listen, they might not.
I'm not an expert,
listen,
but
they might. There's talk about the rat, the air turbine. There's the flaps. Some are saying it didn't look like maybe the flaps were set correctly.
Right.
That plane did not get lift and did not climb out at the rate that it needed to climb out, and the pitch that it should have climbed out.
Was it Boeing's fault? Was it a maintenance problem?
Listen, that's it. We don't know. So our NTSB is going over to help investigate. We've got a good relationship with India. It's an American-built aircraft.
What city did it depart from?
So the city that it departed from.
It wasn't New Delhi.
No.
It was like a northwestern kind of city, wasn't it?
Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
So
Ahmedabad.
the very popular Ahmedabad to London flight, that's full of fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
just thinking
It is full fuel. All right. So before I move on, we got the miracle passenger in seat 11A, which is just nuts. But you were asking about, you heard about the.
So I saw a video that somebody shot on their cell phone,
Yes.
and he had an Indian accent, and he was speaking perfect English though, and he's like, nothing works on this flight. The monitor didn't work. The air conditioner was off.
I'm about to give you. Hey, Andrew, if you want to pick up, you want to grab the audio on that. See if you can find the audio. You'll hear what I'm saying.
But it was like the caption said, taken moments before the crash.
No.
And I thought, oh my God,
No.
this guy was on the plane.
No. This was the flight before. A passenger on an Air India flight has raised the alarm about multiple issues on the same aircraft. Akash Vatsa, who flew from Delhi to Ahmedabad just 2 hours before the doomed plane was scheduled to jet off to London's Gatwick, reported that he noticed unusual things in the plane. He even documented the problems in order to alert Air India, tagging Boeing India and various media outlets for good measure. He griped about the air conditioning not working. Apparently, lights were going on and off. And the seat back entertainment system was dark and wasn't working.
I mean, he was at his screen. He was just tapping the screen, and nothing was, triggering to the next command.
Yeah. So I see a picture of him with the screen locked up, but then also apparently some of the screens were blank or went blank. So listen, who knows if this has anything to do with it? But there is a guy that was on the flight just before the crash, and he's claiming that there were all kinds of electrical malfunctions. With a number of apparent malfunctions, including busted lighting, the concerned passenger asked Air India, "Is this what you are providing?" Yeah, flight radar reveals that his flight touched down in Ahmedabad.
It's not Ahmedabad.
How do
You
you-
keep putting a K in there. There's not one.
Ahmedabad, whatever the hell it
Yes.
is. I
Yes.
never heard of this place.
Abadabadoo.
But he says that this plane was not in good condition,
Mm.
is what this dude is claiming. There were all kinds of problems prior.
Mm.
All right, it is 7:48. Yeah, power failures. I found another story that I printed. Passenger flew on the doomed Air India flight just before it crashed. Footage taken inside the Boeing 787. Let me see if there's any more information. I was on. This guy wrote online. I was in the same damn flight 2 hours before it took off. I came in this from Delhi and noticed unusual things. And he shot a video. The AC is not working. TV screens are also not working. Neither is the button to call the cabin crew. Sweating like hell due to lack of air conditioning.
He's claiming it's the exact same aircraft or just
no,
another.
no.
He was the one that he came in on that flight.
The identical hull. It's the identical aircraft. He came in from Delhi, landing in the city, and that flight then, after his flight landed, that flight then was the next flight to go to London. He wrote, listen to this. He said, sweating like hell due to lack of AC. This is why Air India is considered one of the worst airlines in the world. I've always heard, do not fly Air India. I have and you know, I'm an aviation nerd, and I've always heard, do not fly Air India. But this could be completely not Boeing's fault. It could be a Boeing fault. It could be pilot error. I mean, it could be a bird strike. There's so many factors, and it'll take a while for them to figure this out.
Once Boeing builds the plane, it does require a reasonable amount of maintenance.
Duh.
Yeah. So I mean,
thank you.
I mean, Boeing,
It's like the Ron Popeil rotisserie chicken oven. Just set it and forget it.
Has this plane been in operation since 2011?
This plane, I believe, is 12 years old.
Okay. So
I think I heard this plane was 12 years old. Listen, I can look it up on Flight Radar 24. But
what a tragedy.
Andrew found the audio from this guy's video.
AC is not working. Look at everyone, and it's.
So he's shooting the video mid-air. You can hear the
people they are using these magazines.
Oh, I know. I didn't pull this originally because the audio wasn't very clear.
Working at all. And as usual, your TV screens are also not working.
The TV screen's not working.
Button for calling the cabin crew. Nothing.
But I tell you, the curry was fantastic during the meal service. Yes. Hey, maybe we'll have Indian food tonight. Go to Curry Leaves on Kennedy at the gas station.
No,
Best Indian in town, Curry Leaves. Best Indian food in town. All right, 7:51 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, I am looking forward to this. Do not disappoint me, Fester. Fester brought Hadley in this morning. Hadley is Fester's daughter, and she has prepared an MJ Morning Show segment. Oh, yeah! All right, what are we going to call this?
All right, so we've been working on a title.
All right, what's the name of this Hadley? Is this a quiz, or
No.
what is this?
So Hadley has been dropping knowledge on me around the house. And it's not like book knowledge, just like life knowledge, life facts.
Like little known facts,
and
or
it's like, and I said to her, I go, what is this? And she's like, it's a factual fact.
A factual fact.
And I'm like, what?
Okay, it's time for Hadley's Factual Fact.
So, I will tell you,
Right.
I didn't have time to commission
Right.
an intro for this segment.
Okay.
So I went to AI.
We're gonna use the Suno AI song generator.
I had to make a Hadley's Factual Facts song. I put some guides in there.
All right.
So I'm dying to. I love this website, SUNO,
Yeah,
Suno.
Suno. You just put in some guidelines. You give some parameters, and it will make an AI song for you in 30 seconds.
I have not heard this yet.
All right. So this is we're gonna hear the song for Hadley's fact bit for the first time right now.
Yes.
I will go ahead and hit play.
Let me close a couple of
Just
windows.
push play. We just push play.
Here we go.
Hadley's got a sparkle in her eye. She's got big plans, she's aiming high. On the airwaves, she'll take her stand. With factual facts, she's in demand. Hadley's got the truth on lock. She'll make you laugh, she'll make you talk. On the MJ morning show, she'll shine. Factual facts, it's her time. She's precocious, she's full of fire. Her curiosity will never tire. With every fact, she'll make you grin. Get ready, folks, let the fun begin. Hadley's got the truth on the lock. She'll make you laugh, she'll make you talk. On the MJ morning show, she'll shine. Factual facts, it's her time. She's precocious, she's full of fire.
All right, this is a good song, Had.
Curiosity will never tire.
Yeah, it's not bad.
With every fact, she'll make you grin.
Yeah.
Get ready, folks, let the fun begin.
Let the fun begin.
Hadley's got the truth on lock. She'll make you laugh, she'll make you talk.
Okay.
Oh, there's another whole new lyrics are coming up.
Is it really?
Yeah,
he doesn't stop.
Factual facts, it's her time. She's got her mic, she's ready to go. MJ smiling, he's in the know.
What?
Listeners lean in for her clever spin. The girl named Hadley always wins.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
He's got the truth.
All
Got
right,
it on lock.
it's Hadley's Factual Facts.
All right.
On the MJ Morning Show.
We're going to give this a shot, kid. You ready?
Yes, I am.
I have no idea. This is a surprise. I have no idea where this is headed. All right, go.
All right.
Right on the microphone.
Mr. MJ, did you know making a family is not family friendly?
Making a family is not family friendly.
That is true.
Yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah. What?
I mean,
What?
Hadley, what does that even mean?
I think we all know what it means.
Okay.
Hey, she's 13 years old.
Listen, that kid knows what it means.
All right, go ahead.
Everything they sell at a vacuum store sucks.
Yes, that is true.
Yep, State Vacuum sucks.
The gorilla out
Yeah,
there.
they sell vacuums that suck.
Everything
All
but the
right.
gorilla sucks. Why isn't that the tagline?
That's true.
State vacuum.
We suck.
That's great.
Do they still have the gorilla out front?
I don't know.
They move.
They move. They're further down Kennedy.
I know, but
Yeah.
the gorilla can move too.
I don't
All right,
know.
All right, next.
A coffin becomes a maraca during an earthquake.
Hadley.
Oh, that is morbid. A coffin becomes a maraca during an earthquake.
All right. What else?
Next.
A selfie taken by an orphan is technically a family photo.
Oh, Hadley.
I mean, yeah, Hadley, leave the orphans alone. They've got it hard enough.
It's the
Aren't you
hard
funny?
knock life.
Yeah. Little orphan Annie taking a selfie and has the whole family.
What else?
All right.
Brushing your teeth is as close as you will ever come to scrubbing your skeleton.
Brushing your teeth is as close as you'll ever come to scrubbing your skeleton. Okay.
Okay, that's not wrong. I mean, she's right.
How many more of these are there?
About 150. But she comes around the house and she's like, Daddy, everything they sell at vacuum stores suck. I'm like, where are you getting this? What is this?
What else do you have, Hadley? Go ahead.
If you're waiting for a waiter, then you are the waiter.
These are so clever, Hadley.
Where'd you get these?
The internet?
Skeletor from He-Man.
Okay.
What?
What?
That's what she got. It's for Skeletor from He-Man.
Do you know who Skeletor is?
I know who Skeletor is, yeah.
Until we meet again.
All right. Next. Go ahead.
Every machine is a smoke machine if you operate it wrong enough.
All right, next. Just rapid fire. Go ahead. Next.
Pregnant women are the only true bodybuilders.
All right, keep going.
If you sit on the toilet and go potty at 11:59 p.m. and it turns to midnight, it's literally same crap, different day.
Oh, God.
Hadley. That's awful. What the hell are you doing, kids?
I love it.
Same crap, different All right. Next.
Nothing is on fire. Fire is on things.
That's
true.
That's true.
That's right. Next.
Every bald person has already had the best hair day they will ever have.
Every what?
Every bald person.
Bald.
Oh, every bald. Say it again.
Every bald person has already had the best hair day they will ever have.
That is true. Next.
Technically, everything in the world is edible at least once in your life.
It'll either kill you.
Yeah. That's true. Is that it?
Yes.
That is the end?
Yes.
That's for
Have a-
today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Hadley's Factual Facts. I think this same crap, different day is the best. And of course, the vacuum store sucks. Hadley, thank you so much. Very entertaining.
I had two we had to take out because...
Why?
We had we sometimes we edit. Sometimes we have to.
Well, why did two have to be taken out?
Because I made it. We did a rehearsal, right? I said, Hadley, we went across the hall. I go, lay them on me, read them with a little enthusiasm. Let me hear how this is going to sound, and I edited two of them.
You don't like them?
Because they're naughty.
I mean, now that you know I edited them, you can be the judge and be like, hey, good call editing them, or no, that could have stayed
All right,
in.
go Hadley.
Give me the edited ones, the ones that I crossed out.
Nipples are just flesh straws.
Hold on.
You can't laugh in the middle of it.
You laughed during her joke.
You chortled.
Say that again. Say that again.
Nipples are just flesh straws.
That one didn't hit me right. I don't know. I was like, let's get rid of the nipples. These are the conversations I'm having with my 13-year-old.
Let's de-nipple the bit.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other one that got booted?
Wine is just grape juice with a yeast infection.
Say that one more time.
Wine is just grape juice with a yeast infection.
Wine is...
Okay, so I edited those two. I was like, all right, we're losing the wine, we're losing the nipples. Otherwise, funny stuff, kid.
All good, Hadley.
Will there be another edition in the future of Hadley's Factual Facts?
All right.
I guess we'll find out. All right, 8:01 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, what was the item that I mentioned earlier? And I wanted to talk about the complaint on our mangroves store. What prompted that?
Meredith getting turned in for her.
Oh yeah.
Watering.
That was it.
Yeah, we don't need to tell that other story.
Oh, I think so.
I know. I'm not interested. All right, next.
But somebody turns you in for...
Yeah. Somebody erroneously turned us in.
All right, so Michelle, I think we need to tell this.
We don't need to tell the story.
I teased it, and you just said someone erroneously turned us in. You just said more
Some
than I
nosy
said.
Parker thought she knew something that she didn't know.
All right, so you're saying, all right, let me tell a little bit more of the story. So for those that didn't hear Meredith, who used to be part of the MJ Morning Show years ago when we were on the other station, and now Meredith does middays now here on Q105. So after the MJ Morning Show at 10 a.m., it's Meredith until 3 p.m. and Gino. So I heard Meredith running down the hall. This is like at 6:15 this morning, and we were in a commercial break, and I heard her say, "You're not going to believe this," and of course, me being just a nosy son of a, I called her in. I'm like, "Hey, what were you yelling in the hall?" And then Meredith said that some neighbor of hers, they got apparently a pain in the ass next door neighbor, turned her and her husband in for watering their lawn on a non-watering day in South Tampa. And I said, well, wait a sec. You don't have reclaimed water? You can water whenever the hell you want, because in my neighborhood, we've got the regular water meter for the potable, drinkable water, and then we have the reclaimed water. I realize not all City of Tampa residences, they didn't run reclaimed everywhere, but I've got it. So I don't have to follow the watering days because but I don't water every day anyway, especially in summertime. You got the rain sensor, which shuts the system off. So someone turned Meredith in. And I mentioned earlier that somebody turned us in. And as Michelle just said, they did it erroneously. And we were accused of illegally cutting our mangroves behind the house on Tampa Bay without a permit. And nothing could be further from the truth. And Michelle, help me with the story.
Yeah.
So the neighbor's lawn guy, who, by the way, our neighbor fired the lawn guy.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, he told me.
Deservedly so.
The neighbor fired the lawn company. So help me with the story.
Mhm.
The lawn guy was at like a lawn and garden supply place up on North Dale Mabry.
What, called Lowe's?
No.
No.
It was some independent lawn and garden or lawn supply place or whatever, contractor supply. And somehow the lawn guy, what was he like, speaking out and saying something? Oh, yeah, I'm going over, I'm cutting the mangroves. And then he drops our name.
Yeah, like name drops in the facility.
In the lawn
As
and
he's
garden.
checking out, though, to the clerk.
Right. And he doesn't work for us. He's not my lawn guy. He was cutting no mangroves at my house.
So he's just
Zero. And just
shooting off at the mouth, dropping names.
just making total garbage up.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the clerk,
Well, we didn't know what happened first.
Right.
You didn't tell the story properly.
we
receive a notice.
I get a letter in the mail.
Yeah.
I get a letter from the Hillsborough County EPC, the Environmental Protection Commission, and the letter's like, we have been informed that you've illegally or you've cut your mangroves without a permit, and they're citing all these statutes and fines and this. I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking at my mangroves out my back window, and I'm like, they are too long right now.
Yeah.
They are due for a certified permitted trim.
But you need a permit to cut the mangrove.
Yeah, you're supposed to. There are certain regulations that you follow.
Listen, there are very few rules that you follow. That mangrove cutting is one of them.
Yeah, I've always followed it. So some busybody bitch.
Well, what happened was...
hold on. Some person who did the right thing.
No,
hold
Are you talking about the clerk?
Listen.
Hang on a minute.
No, listen.
Go.
So when you got the notice,
Yep.
you immediately called the person. I said, look, it's probably easily resolvable. It could just be a mistake with the address or, we didn't know, right? Because it just came to the address, not in our name. So then we're like, what are you going to do? So you called and called and called, and finally she called you back. I think she was just out for a couple days, the young lady who was handling the case.
The lady with the Hillsborough County EPC.
Right. So you called her and you said, there must be some mistake. I don't know how this could happen because I'm looking at my mangroves right now and actually we're due for a cutting.
They're overgrown.
Right. And she was very kind about it and told you how to resolve the issue, which we did.
Well,
however,
I told her. Yep.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
You said, how did this come to your attention?
Right, well,
and she, because it's
public record.
She informed you as to who made the complaint and from where.
All right. I sent her pictures, though. I just want to get...
No. Yeah, that's after the fact.
So I said, I will send you pictures right now of my mangrove. I'll even hold up a piece of paper with today's date on it, like a hostage video.
And she was very happy to take that evidence and clear our file. There was no issue.
Once I sent her the picture of me out back, and I'm holding a piece of paper with today's date, and I'm taking pictures of my overgrown mangroves. I'm like, does this look like I've trimmed my mangroves? No, I'm due for a trimming. And then she calls me back. Okay, I'm closing the file. Mm-hmm. And then as Michelle just said, I said, so where did this complaint come from? Who was the complainant? Because I know it's public record. And she said, well, since it's public record, the complaint came from... And they gave me the name and the phone number of the complainant. I'm like, who the hell is that?
So
and
you
it's
go
like,
down to the supply shop?
No, hold on.
Because they gave you the name of the clerk at the supply shop.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
This person is a total stranger.
Yeah, so I know the information.
Yeah.
So
You called.
I called the supply shop, and she was off that
sick.
day.
She was sick.
She was sick. She was off that day.
Likely story.
But then...
Then you called back.
I called back.
Uh-huh.
Did I call back like the next day? Or,
the next day.
Or did I have another phone number for her?
No, you call.
You called
I don't
the
know.
hospital she was at.
Yeah. Anyway, you did get a hold of her.
Right. I got a hold of her, and I didn't say who I was. I said, yes, I'm calling about the Mangrove issue. I just kept it generic.
Yeah.
I never impersonated anybody.
No.
I never said I was a clerk. I just said, hi, I'm calling about your Mangrove complaint.
Yep.
And
she liked to talk a lot.
And I just said, hey, I just want to get some more information about your Mangrove complaint. Never once suggesting I was with the Hillsborough County EPC. And she just, oh, yes. I had to call in. I overheard this conversation about the mangroves being cut. And this busybody at this lawn and garden supply place for contractors.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hold on. The person who did the right thing, if you overhear somebody doing something
Oh,
illegal,
come on, Fester. There's no reason that the cashier...
No, here's the thing.
She did the right thing.
Here's the thing.
Oh, hogwash.
Don't vilify her.
Bollocks.
No. Let me explain something to you.
Bollocks. What is it, bollocks? Bollocks.
Listen,
You know what she said?
Balderdash.
When you asked her what prompted you to file this complaint, and she said, I didn't have confidence in the people who were shopping in the service, the lawn care service provider, that they knew what they were doing. That was her reason for calling in.
She sounds like she's responsible. If you hear something that's illegal that's happening, especially when you're passionate.
Okay, Fester.
See something, say something?
Dude. What a double
I'm going to follow you to your next hotel run.
What a double standard. Dude, come with me. You'll love the breakfast.
No.
MJ, here you are. Do the right thing, except when it involves some fake lawn guy talking about my place. The person who turned you in
Fester, they had no business calling in and going out of their way. No, Michelle and I are in agreement. You're wrong.
Yeah, because you're the one jilted here.
Listen, she wasn't.
I'm not killing dolphins, okay?
No, and
Tell it to the judge, dude.
They weren't.
There's a law for a reason.
They weren't going to kidnap somebody and rob a bank or, you know.
Hold on.
Fester, you're a big fat bitch. Shut up.
Acknowledge that the clerk did the right thing by receiving, by hearing this information.
The clerk had no business.
She went and looked us up.
Your beef is with the lawn guy.
Oh,
for
yeah, he got it.
mouthing
Oh, no,
off.
he got it too, by the way.
That's your beef.
Oh, I screamed at the lawn guy because I found out who the lawn guy was.
She told us.
Yeah, she told me who the lawn company was.
Well, great.
And then I called the lawn guy and said, what the hell is your problem?
That's your problem.
Stop. Here's the funny part of it. When you called him and you left a message for him to call you back, he was so excited because he thought he was going to get our business.
Yeah. So this lawn guy did like 3 or 4 lawns on our street. Well, he's down one because the neighbor, our neighbor fired him. And he was all excited. He called me thinking that he was going to get our account. And I call him up and I start bitching him out.
Listen, it's one thing to bankrupt that guy who was, being a little liberal with his lips, dropping your name. But to go down on the, or to come down on the clerk at the
Fester,
place?
No way.
The clerk had no business. Just mind your own business. You didn't have to go out of your way to file a complaint.
You sound like a jilted Al-Qaeda right now.
No,
what do you mean they turned us in?
That's not a proper analogy.
You're wrong. You're completely wrong. Michelle and I are in solidarity and agreement.
Oh, you're in solidarity.
This lady, the clerk at the lawn care place, overstepped her bounds, went out of her way to file a complaint erroneously against me when we did nothing wrong. She had no business doing that.
She could have directed the people to this lawn service provider and said, hey, I think this is something that's going on, blah, 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 and given the person that information. And then they could have clarified right away and there never would have been an issue. But instead, she went and looked us up because she specifically asked him. She said, well, I asked them who it was they were working for because I didn't trust that they were doing the right thing. And then they gave her your name. And so that's the thing. She was performing her own investigation. She could have just given the lady, the EPC person, that outfit's name, and then it would have been done.
You know what? You too? You people?
You people.
You
are,
people?
You guys are investigative hypocrites.
Yeah, whatever.
You are.
Whatever.
Michelle would have done this.
What crawled up your butt?
Listen, it's my butt.
Yeah, what crawled up your
No
butt?
way.
Take a look.
Anyway.
I say not my business.
Hey, I'm wrapping this up. You know what? It just goes to show you it's always something. If it's not one thing, it's another.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you help Meredith out down there? You'll be able to find out what's going on for her and resolve her case, too.
Yeah, some busybody neighbor turning her in for watering her lawn on the wrong day.
Let me tell you one place you'll never find me.
Yeah, where's that?
The Mangroves.
Okay.
Years ago.
All the guys trying to pick up other guys.
The old man.
Little mangrove slurp going on.
Dad and I went down to Derby Lane, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, 12:30 in the morning when we're coming home, and there's all these cars parked
at the Mangroves along Gandhi.
And he
Really?
said, he
Yeah,
goes,
on the St. Pete side.
and he's like, never park there. I'm like, why? And he's like, when the man goes to the mangroves, the man grows.
Stop!
And I'm like, what does that mean?
That is awful.
That
like-
sounds like one of Hadley's factual facts.
Well, dude, that's you know what? I'll tell you what. Through the mid '80s, probably up to 2015, that was a fact.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I don't think you can do it anymore because it looks like they blocked it off, right?
They have the posts up now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like put all those sawed off like telephone poles, utility
Mm-hmm.
poles all along
No.
the Riviera, the redneck Riviera.
Yeah, now they
along
just
Ga-
use those for leverage.
Hey, Michelle, they can sit down on them. All right. Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
Is your head okay?
What?
Michelle's been
It's,
complaining.
it's a little better today.
Michelle's complaining about the headphones. Hey, Andrew, is my camera on right now? All right. So I'm wearing, and I've been wearing these for 40-something years. I wear the old school, old style COS Pro 4 AA headphones. I love these headphones. I can't wear anything else. And I have a bunch of spares. So Michelle is wearing, now take Michelle's camera. So Michelle's wearing the same exact headphones, but Michelle complains they feel like a vice. She feels like, was it Goodfellas or Casino where the guy's head is put in the vice and Pesci pops his eyeballs
I
out?
think it might have been Casino.
Yeah,
I don't
it might
remember
have-
that in Goodfellas.
It might have been Casino. I think it was Casino. And Michelle's complaining that the headphones are giving her a headache. They're clamping on like a vice.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered Michelle new headphones.
Well, I thought Julian was going to order me like those $300 gamer headphones.
Oh, yeah. So Julian's like, I'll order the headphones. And Julian's like, I'm ordering Mom these and like $395. I'm like, the hell you are. You're not ordering Mom $300. She could be gone on Monday. She doesn't want to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just kind of filling in, you know? So Julian was going to order headphones. I'm like, no. So I wanted to order those Sony HDR, the Sonys that they've been around for 35 years
But
or
they
whatever.
sit on your head softly. They don't feel like the
Right.
black ones.
So
yeah.
Julian's like, no, I hate those. Don't order those.
That's a good broadcast headphones.
Those would have been fine. Those would have been fine. So I ended up ordering Michelle a pair of Sennheiser 280s. So I've got Sennheiser 280s. They'll be here tomorrow. So you'll have better headphones. You know what? They would have been delivered like overnight. I could have had them. You could be wearing them right now, but Julian stopped me, and then he comes up with $395 headphones that he's ordering. I said, the hell you are. My headphones are $79. They're $119 or $115 list, but you can get them on Amazon for $79. I'm not getting you headphones that are 4 or 5 times the cost of mine.
If you want me to keep doing the job.
But anyway, you'll have nice, softer headphones that are over the ear, and so you'll have those for Monday's show.
I mean, they do look ridiculous on you, Michelle.
What looks ridiculous?
Those
Right?
headphones, yeah.
I know.
No, they don't. We stop it. Oh, Julian's asking me for burgers tonight. You know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because I'm making cacio e pepe.
No, your son just asked you for burgers.
He said something beefy. So I'll go get some, I'll go to Costco and pick up some of those USDA prime ribeyes again. So I'll make steak and cacio e pepe. That's perfect. Pasta and a protein. That's what I'm doing for dinner tonight. I'm going to go up to Costco. I'll go get hopefully they have the USDA prime ribeyes. And
oh no, he said he's fine with the cacio.
Say it again.
He's fine with just the cacio. He doesn't need anything.
How do you know?
Because he just texted.
He didn't text me.
This all really should be like a family text chain and not really a radio
Well,
show.
hold on a minute. Listen,
This is a family text chain.
Cacio e pepe is like the hottest Italian pasta, and I make it right.
Okay, we heard yesterday.
He's
you gave the whole
fine with
recipe
it.
yesterday.
I was going to maybe have Julian maybe shoot a video of me making the cacio. I've never done that. I've never shown. What are you chortling at over there? Why you go?
Did you think you're chef?
I'm a chef on a couple of things. I know how to do a couple of things well.
3.
Not everything.
And you don't always do them right. So, okay, move along.
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is a family text.
Exactly.
chain.
Thank
Seriously,
you,
guys.
Fester. Thank you, Fester.
All right, 8:17.
Why don't you worry about your bushy mangroves?
Yeah.
8:17 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm excited. Billy the Kid, professional photographer, is going to be here in about 45 minutes. At 9 o'clock, Billy the Kid's coming in, and he's going to take a look at the photos that we currently have, Fester, on our MJMorningshow.com website, and he's going to critique those photos. And then Billy the Kid, right after the show, is going to shoot brand new headshots of me, you, and I'll have Michelle. We'll do a group photo. So we're going to have professional new pictures for the MJ Morning Show to get rid of the absolute turd photos that are on mjmorningshow.com right now.
What do the three of us need a group photo for? It's going to look like you guys adopted a manatee or something.
I'm not in it.
Yeah.
It's just the two of you.
It's such a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Julian, my son, the film student, and he loves movies. He's a member of the AMC. What is the club he's part of?
I don't know.
Ooh, the AMC Golden Ticket Club?
Yeah.
What an exclusive club your son's a member of.
You know what the best part of it is, Fester?
What, he gets discounts on popcorn?
Yes, you order the small popcorn and small Coke, and guess what you get? Large for that price. I ate a whole bucket yesterday.
Hello?
Hey, Julian, what is the AMC?
Well, wait, hold on. I gotta turn the radio down.
Yes. Caller,
All
turn
right,
your radio
go.
down, caller. Caller, turn your radio down.
Okay, yeah, what's up?
South Tampa, you're on the air. Hi. All right. So, Julian, what is the AMC movie club you're in?
I'm an AMC Stubbs A-list member.
All right, so you're the highest Stubbs member. All right, there are a couple of things here. First of all, Fester, they wanted me to go to a movie at 2 o'clock yesterday.
How'd that go?
I didn't go.
No, we didn't want you to go because I knew you wouldn't enjoy the movie.
Right. Well, so you were.
Hold
on. Mom told me that you bought a ticket for me. Mom told me originally you bought a ticket for me.
We originally bought a ticket for you.
Yeah.
So why would you buy a ticket if you knew I didn't want to go to see it? What?
Well, because I can just refund it for a full price.
Yeah, I mean, you're weird sometimes. You'll say, okay, I'll go. And then like, oh, crap, I wish I had a ticket. I had a ticket. If you wanted it, it's available, but we really don't want you to go.
Thank you, Fester.
Here's the deal.
You don't like the movies. Meanwhile,
No, what are you talking about? I love the movies. It's got to be the genre and the type of movie. So here's the deal. They wanted me to go see How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And it officially opens today, but I guess there were screenings yesterday. So they go up to the AMC Veterans 300. They go up to the AMC Veterans, and initially they'd bought a ticket for
300? It's 24.
I know. I'm joking around.
Sometimes we use comedic things around here.
So they originally buy a ticket for me for How to Train Your Dragon, and I got to be honest, it just doesn't appeal to me. I have no interest in seeing that movie.
You have no interest in dragons.
Isn't it a kids movie?
No, I like House of Thrones. Or Game of Thrones. Hang on.
You don't even know the name of it.
I like Game of Thrones.
I love House of Thrones.
And House of the Dragon.
House of Thrones is about a mansion with 1,000 toilets.
Big toilets.
Yes. I love that.
So okay, but see, that's the thing. As I was watching this, I was thinking, like, how would I describe this to you? You know what it was? Game of Thrones without all the sex and nudity, kind of for kids.
Yeah.
I had no desire to see the movie. Anyway, they went to see it. Did you like How to Train Your Dragon?
It fulfilled every expectation I had. It's essentially a shot-for-shot remake, but just done properly because the CGI was fantastic. I was super impressed.
So to be clear, this started out as a book, like maybe in 2011 or something.
Okay.
And then this movie came out in
It was an animated movie, right?
In like 2015, I think.
And Dad took me to see the animated one.
Yeah, you took him to see the animated one. So now
I must have slept because I have zero recollection of that.
He did in Cars 2.
I did fall. I was snoring apparently in Cars 2. I took Julian and Chloe to see that.
So now with the technology available in Hollywood, they've remade it, elevating it to. We've elevated it now to the level with, the CGI and the cinematography. It was really a beautifully filmed movie.
All right, so they liked it. There's another reason why I'm calling you, Julian.
Okay.
AMC is going to be adding more commercials to the previews.
Oh, I think we saw some of those.
I've got no problem with it.
What?
I've got no problem with it.
Do you know what AMC stands for?
Another mother commercial.
No, always more commercials. No, people are saying that AMC stands for always more commercials. And apparently some moviegoers are raging that beginning, I believe, in July. Starting July 1, they're adding even more commercials to the already 30 minutes of gook, of garbage.
No,
and
hold on.
you know what? And Julian and Michelle want to get there, at the very beginning. I know that there are already 30 minutes. If the movie starts at 2 o'clock, I want to walk in at 2:28 because I know that I'll still see Nicole Kidman walking into the theater with the, shh, turn your cell phones off. I do not want to be there at 2 o'clock and sit through all of the garbage. I just want to go there and see. Remember there was a lawsuit or there was some politician in some state. Andrew's telling me it was Connecticut. There was a politician in Connecticut that wanted to pass a state law that the movie theaters had to tell you really when the actual movie was going to start. I like government out of our lives. I like the least government involvement, like stay out of our life. But I like that law. You got to tell us when the freaking movie's going to start after all the damn commercials and all the hot dogs and the popcorn and Nicole Kidman, walking all sexily into the theater and all that crap.
But they should have like 7 o'clock start or 7 o'clock and then like 7:27 so you know what time to show up. MJ, my wife swears if AMC or Regal or any of these would sell a half-price ticket and show an hour and a half of previews, she would buy it.
I would go with her.
She would go to that.
I love it.
She would just want to know what's out there, what's coming up, because the previews are about 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long sometimes, Julian, right? The trailers of these movies.
In a world.
She would sit there and watch 25 trailers.
This summer.
Yeah.
It's an adventure like no other.
You can tell her about movies that are coming out in 2027, and she'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I could plan for it.
Right.
And never see a movie.
It's a search for a missing wang.
Yeah.
I like Allison's idea.
In a world where men have no wangs.
I mean, how relaxing would that be?
Wang World.
Wang's World. Wang's World. Wang's World.
Party time. Where's my wiener?
All right, Julian, thanks for coming on, buddy.
All right, bye.
So, what do you think about? I'll do cacio e pepe tonight with some
steak.
With steak on the side. Is that good?
I mean, if you want, I'll go with you after the show.
Yeah, we'll go to Costco and see if they have some USDA Prime.
Then you got to up your subscription again.
Oh yeah. So I got it. Yeah, you're right.
Your membership.
Yeah, my membership expired a couple of days ago. All right.
After the plum situation.
I could buy.
Bye.
Bye, Julian.
Oh, we have an update. Oh, I love this. So, speaking of discount clubs.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember the guy up in the Villages?
The spam man?
The spam man at Sam's. If you miss this story, I ought to just kind of retell the original story, but we have an update on the dude that soiled pallets of merchandise at Sam's Club in the Villages. Now, the story we told earlier this week is about a dude up in the Villages. Sam's Club had to destroy more than $10,500 worth of Spam and Vienna sausages after a 70-year-old villager urinated on 2 pallets of the canned goods that were sitting on the floor at a Sam's Club up in the Villages. Cops charged that a witness spotted Patrick Mitchell relieving himself in aisle 18 at Sam's Club in Lady Lake. The witness used her cell phone to take a picture of the defendant and reported the incident to store employees, according to the probable cause affidavit. Sam's Club managers reviewed surveillance footage and spotted a man walking up to the pallets and placing both hands in front of him below the belt line, stood there for several seconds. Detective Ronnie Williams reported that this was behavior consistent with urination.
That's some good police work there, Officer Williams.
Upon inspecting the area, workers confirmed that there was urine on the 2 pallets containing about 188 bulk units of Vienna sausages and 345 units of 8-count Spam in its canned Spam Classic. The merchandise had been contaminated with body fluids requiring them to be discarded. The combined value of the products, $10,584.54. What a bonehead. Investigators charged that after Mitchell urinated on the canned goods, he was recorded strolling around the snack section and sitting on patio furniture for about 10 minutes and then walked to the register, number 2, by the way. After he did number one, he used register number 2. I'm glad he didn't do number 2 on the pallets and then use register number 1.
I mean, it's all horrific.
All right, so he walks to the register to pay for his items and then left the store. Records from the Sam's Club member portal identified Mitchell as the Mad Whizzer. Yeah. Since all customers have to provide their membership card to a cashier prior to purchasing the items while at the point of sale. Additionally, a comparison of Mitchell's driver's license photo with the image taken by the female witness resulted in positive identification. Mitchell was subsequently arrested for disorderly conduct and criminal mischief. The latter count is considered to be a felony since the alleged damage exceeded $1,000. So it's like felony damage. Mitchell, who pleaded not guilty to the charges, is free on $3,000 bond in advance of his June 30th arraignment. Yeah, Mitchell was busted at his home in the Villages.
All right, so do you have any? You just have more details?
Oh, no. I'm
new information.
I'm giving the base story.
The Villages, Florida's friendliest hometown.
Oh no, we got to change that. Whizziest.
You know what?
Whizziest.
I mean, when you think of the elderly and incontinent issues, it probably is the whizziest. Yeah. Adult diapers.
So he was arrested.
Big business.
Turns out that Mr. Mitchell, the Sam's Club peer, has a home in the Villages, one of 2 properties that he owns with his wife. He previously resided in New York, where he sold his Long Island home in December of 2022 for $620,000.
Okay, good for him.
All right, so here's the update. I mean, that story was good enough to tell again because a lot of people didn't hear it. We did it at a different time as well. But he's pleaded not guilty. How do you plead not guilty? What is he going to say? I had to go. I have an incontinence problem. I've got a shy bladder. No, that would be if you have a shy bladder, you can't pee, right? Yeah.
He wishes he had a shy
bladder.
bladder.
Yeah. He's going to have to make amends. He's going to have to make restitution here. So he's entered a plea after ruining over $10,000 in product at Sam's. Patrick Francis Mitchell entered a plea of not guilty to a felony charge of criminal mischief this week. He's being represented by criminal defense attorney Bobby Rumala. Oh, let's call Bobby Rumala.
Let's go.
Bobby Rumala is his attorney. All right, look up Bobby. It's Rumalla. Yeah. Oh, look, P. Bobby. Oh, his first initial's P.
It's perfect.
P. He goes by P. Bobby Rumala. He's an attorney in Ocala.
If I don't get you off on these charges, my first name isn't P.
P. P. Bobby. I get his phone number. Go back to the Googles. No. Go back to where you were. That has the phone number. All right, right there. All right. So, criminal defense attorney in Ocala. They're open now. Hang on. Let's go.
I mean,
here we go.
Law firms have like 24-hour lines.
1-352-369-1. All right, Andrew, we're calling up the law firm. Fester, you going to pick it up? All right, hurry up. Line 1, hurry up, pick it up. All right, Fester, get the lawyer. I got to talk to the lawyer live. All right, Michelle, you're an attorney.
I'm looking at the reviews on Yelp for him. Looks like he gets charges dropped.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got what? He's got a 4.6 on Google reviews. P, as in P, Bobby Rumala, criminal defense attorney. So he gets good. Oh, yes. Hold on, Fester. Let me turn on the. Fester's in the producer's booth with Andrew. Yes.
All right, I'm back here in the producer's booth.
Yes.
Listen, Bobby Rumala has a voicemail.
Oh.
It's like, but he answers it with his regular voice, so it threw me off. So it's like, Bobby Rumala is not available.
Oh.
So I started getting excited.
Hey, I'm just going to call back.
Yeah, do that.
Let me just call right back. All right, 1-352-3691. All right, here we go. If I call back incessantly, Andrew, go ahead and pick it up. and see if he picks up this time. I'll just call back 5 times in a row because he'll think it's like a criminal defense emergency.
Unless he's not in the office yet because he just opened.
Hold on. What do you? Is it? Oh, you got somebody now? Hold. Andrew's talking to somebody now. All right. See if we can get Bobby's cell phone. Tell him it's the MJ Morning Show down in Tampa Bay, and we got to talk to Bobby Ramallah. Get his phone number. Get his cell number. I got to talk to him. I got to talk to him about his wizened client who has pleaded not guilty.
When was the last time you've had spam?
Been a while. I think I had a chunk of spam on a bowl of ramen or some saimin in Hawaii or something.
I tell you what, man, this spam pea are really give me a
hankering.
Little hankering.
You get hankering for some spam. Hey, I'll be at Costco later on buying some high quality meat. Maybe I should pick up some low quality meat as well.
Good stuff.
Andrew's still on the phone with the law firm. Andrew, something's going on. Maybe we're getting the phone number, but he's shaking his head no. Then what are you talking to him about? Well, like a speeding ticket you want out of in Marion County? All right, so
you know what?
What?
This guy was arrested for DUI.
Who?
The lawyer.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. The lawyer was arrested too?
When? Yesterday?
No. Hold on.
That's why we can't get him. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because the reviews reference his arrest just from
Oh, really?
A few months ago, it says, but it might be longer.
We don't need to come down on Bobby Ramallah.
No, I don't want to come down on Bobby. I want to talk to Bobby.
We may want to retain Ramallah.
Andrew is still on the freaking phone. Oh, he just hung up. Who were you talking to, Andrew?
The person who answered the phone. And I give them the direct line in case they can get a hold of him. He may be in court today.
Well, tell the judge they need a recess.
And I'm sorry, it's not DUI. It was disorderly intoxication.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
Like
at
this,
a Wawa.
Like this show.
Hold on. The lawyer was allegedly disorderly intoxicated at a Wawa?
Yeah. And yeah.
But if you're, I'm sure he was in a car at the Wawa, right?
Dude.
Perhaps.
How long ago was that?
This report is just from this past year.
You know what?
It says three months ago.
So he knows his way around the courtroom, not just as a lawyer, but also as a defendant, apparently.
Yeah.
So
he was bear hugging a woman, trying to pull her and causing a terrible scene.
When was this? How long ago?
He allegedly wrestled with the woman who still had a gas pump in her hand.
What?
I'm telling. I'm just reading the report. That's all
I gotta say, if you're gonna have a drunk lawyer, just a little disorderly conduct sounds like a dream scenario.
I know a couple of drunk lawyers. Yeah. If you want to know the name of a drunk lawyer, just call me. I'll tell you.
A couple of references.
I got a name or two about drunk lawyers.
All right.
Just call me up. Yeah. What was the other thing? There was another thing regarding law. You don't want to bring that up?
No, let's keep moving along with what's funny here, buddy. Let's go.
All right. Oh, this is not funny, but I'm telling you, the shark did not mean it. What? What are you laughing at?
Was somebody get eaten by a shark?
Well,
or
no.
somebody got bit by a shark?
Yeah, the 9-year-old girl down in Boca Grande. I'm telling the shark did not mean it. The girl was snorkeling on the surface, splashing around. The shark didn't know that it was biting a little 9-year-old girl's hand and wrist off. All right? The shark just thinks it's like a floundering fish and it's food. The shark is not targeting humans. Yeah, luckily, hopefully she's going to be okay. Leah Lendell, or Lendl, Lendel, was in the water at Boca Grande, I guess snorkeling. This was around midday on Wednesday when a shark grabbed her wrist and I guess almost completely bit it off. So they airlifted the 9-year-old girl. They airlifted her to Tampa General Hospital. Yeah, because
that's the trauma one.
That's a level 1 trauma center. Listen, if you got a shark that bit your hand off and you got to reattach the hand,
send me to TGH.
You want to go to TGH.
I want to go into one of these little roadside walk-in ER clinics for a hand.
Yeah, go to Fort Myers 24-hour walk-in care. Yeah, we can stitch that up, sure. Let me get the bacitracin. All right, so they flew her up. They airlifted her to Tampa. She had apparently a 6-hour surgery and to reattach the hand. So hopefully it will be a successful reattachment. But I'm telling you right now that the sharks that bite people like this, they don't mean it. They don't know they're biting a human.
You keep saying that, and yet shark attacks keep happening.
They bite things that are wiggling in the water.
That they think are food and fish.
Okay. Maybe we shouldn't go in the water then.
I go in the water all the time. I got no problem.
Okay.
I have been scuba diving next to hundreds of sharks.
Yeah. But you don't see them scuba diving naked.
Yeah.
Shark's like, what is that?
And speaking of sharks,
yes.
And speaking of this particular shark, not the one that bit the 9-year-old's hand down in Boca Grande, but this shark right here, Jaws. The 50th anniversary of Jaws is coming up.
It's next week.
Yeah. So everyone really thought that it was like a July 4th weekend kind of movie. And sure, it was in the theaters and it was huge. But the actual 50th anniversary, the actual release date of Jaws was June 20th of 1975. And NBC is going to run the movie. Yep. So Jaws will run on June 20th, the exact anniversary of Jaws, 50 years. 8 p.m. on NBC with a special opening message from Steven Spielberg.
What the hell's he going to say?
Yeah.
I remember 50 years ago, and that Richard Dreyfuss was a prick.
He doesn't.
Hated him. One time,
why am I doing it? Steven Spielberg sounds normal. We shot Jaws. That ferry that they took over, that's the exact same waterway that Ted Kennedy swam across after he drove his Oldsmobile off the bridge in Chappaquiddick.
Little known fact.
And where Mary Jo Kopechne drowned. I believe that's true. I believe that it was shot right there. It was shot like at Amityville, or Amity. Was it?
Okay, you're way off.
You're way
was
off.
it Amity Island? But it was shot actually at Chappaquiddick, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that, Michelle, the car ferry that they go on in Jaws, we went on that to go on to the Chappaquiddick Island where Ted Kennedy drove off the bridge. We actually stopped on the bridge that Ted Kennedy drove off of that drowned Mary Jo Kopechne. But NBC, what night is that? The 20th. Is that
next Friday?
It'll be Friday night.
So today's the 13th.
Oh, today's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it was shot on Martha's Vineyard.
No, but I'm telling you, I believe that ferry, that actual ferry was that's on Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
But that ferry that they put the cars on, that is the exact same freaking ferry that we put our car on 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Martha's Vineyard, but Chappaquiddick is at Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're doing all kinds of celebrations up there on Martha's Vineyard for this year.
Yep. So make a note of it. Next Friday night on NBC.
This is NBC.
You can watch Jaws with tons of commercials. All right.
Yeah, seriously.
Or you could go to the Martha's Vineyard celebration and party with Jeffrey Voorhees. Do you know who that is?
Jeffrey Voorhees. Who's he?
He played Alex Kittner in the movie Jaws. Do you know who that is?
No, who was that?
He was the other kid who was killed, who was eaten by Jaws.
Oh, what about the hot girl in the bikini?
I read something about her recently.
In the opening scene, the girl with the great body in the bikini who got first eaten by Jaws?
Yeah.
Hey, do you have Fester, bring up the Jaws song. Man, when I was a kid, go to YouTube.
Okay.
Go to YouTube and type in Mr. Jaws song.
Mr. Jaws song.
Have you ever heard this? Oh, yeah, I thought she died.
Yeah, she died last year. That's why we were thinking about that.
So the hot girl first eaten by the
Chrissy
Jaws.
Watkins.
Yeah, she died. So do you have...
Here's YouTube. Let me search Mr.
Type in Mr. Jaws song. All right, bring that up, and I'll take control here. Yeah, here it is.
1975, Mr. Jaws.
Yep, Dickie Goodman, Mr. I got it. All right, so this was a hit. This was like a top 40 hit in 1975 or 1976. This was a hit, and it was the Mr. Jaws song. What the hell's this? Hold on. Do you have other?
I told you. Let me close some windows.
How many
here.
freaking windows do you have open?
Let me close like 20 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh my
7.
God,
7.
you have 7 windows.
Yes.
Oh no, that's terrible quality. Hang on, let me
Hold on.
let go. I got it. All right. So, all right, let me try. This one's probably gonna be better.
What's happening?
This is
Hold on,
terrible.
that was
is terrible.
That was a huge hit. That was when I was a kid. They played that on my favorite radio station back in the 70s, Music Radio 77 WABC.
Stop. Guess what they're not doing?
What?
They're not releasing this to be played on the airwaves now. Jaws was a movie. It's legendary. They're going to release it. It's going to be shown on TV. It's going to be shown in movie theaters. This needs to just like never see the light of day again.
What, that song?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's just terrible.
That was a deal. That guy like took like song clips and did like a narration story. And man, I used to sit around the radio waiting for that thing to come on.
The best music, WABC. WABC.
I would wait for that Jaws song to come on.
That's
I was
terrible.
like 9 or
So
10 years
bad.
old. When you listen to it now, it is pretty bad. But it was the greatest thing ever when I was a kid.
It's old, like, what's his name? Dickie Goodman?
That's his name.
Richie Goodman?
Dickie Goodman, I guess, was the guy that did those. Anyway, so Steven Spielberg will do a special introduction to Jaws next Friday night on NBC.
Would you classify Jaws as a horror movie?
I would have thought it was, but you know what? It's not. Did you see what it's classified as?
What, like action adventure?
No, suspense.
Suspense?
Yeah, that's what when I looked it up on the AMC to see when they're showing it. It says suspense, and I was like, oh, I kind of felt like it was horror gore, more like just kind of a gory thing. It wasn't like horror. Obviously, I'm still afraid to go in the water, but
it sounds like you're saying whore.
Yeah, horror is not
horror gore.
I want to see a horror movie this weekend.
Okay.
You want to watch a horror movie tonight after dinner?
Let's watch a horror gore movie.
Let's watch a horror movie.
Help yourself, buddy.
All right. Do we have time to take calls? Yeah, no, I think we do.
We do?
Yeah, I want to take calls on something here because I've got one story that will parlay into the revenge story. We've got a Bradenton woman, so a local story. A Bradenton woman has been arrested for setting her boyfriend's car on fire. Clearly, the relationship is not in a good spot.
Not right now.
Right? So, a Bradenton woman was arrested after she was accused of torching her boyfriend's car. Bradenton police were called to the scene. They found a Nissan Altima fully engulfed in flames, parked next to an apartment that was also in danger of igniting. Yeah. So witnesses told Bradenton police that they saw Natasha Killebrew, 38, near the car. She told officers the car belongs to her boyfriend. They live together. I'm guessing not anymore. So she said, I didn't light the car on fire, but then later changed the story and said that she threw a lit cigarette near the car, claimed that she doused herself and the car in cooking oil and set it on fire.
Seems like a stretch.
Yeah, she was not injured, and her clothing was not burned, and she was arrested, charged with arson.
I know a thing or two about fires.
Yep.
Cooking oil and just flicking a cigarette at it will not make the
No?
whole thing go up.
Listen, if you want to light yourself on fire, you douse yourself in gasoline or kerosene. Yeah,
there you go.
But it's not like you don't pour like Wesson oil on Wessonality.
So I had a half a jug of canola oil.
So it won't catch on fire?
So
well, if you reach the smoke point of
unless
oil,
it's at very high temperatures.
so oil will spontaneously combust. Remember, I tried to make my own cheese sticks back in high school.
Yeah,
and
if you put oil on your stove, or your range, and you crank it up to super high, it has a point where it will catch fire.
So,
but it won't do that thing like put the cigarette or a match.
Michelle,
And
No.
Okay.
Michelle, back in the early 80s when fried mozzarella sticks were invented.
Yeah.
By some genius
I don't
at
know.
TGI Fridays.
It became a hot item back in like the early 80s. Fried mozzarella sticks.
A doctor working in the laboratory of Ruby Tuesdays came up with it.
I was somewhere and tried them for the first time, and I'm like, oh, man, these are great. Decided to make my own. So I go up to the Farm Fresh. I get a log of mozzarella, some mutz. I get some mutz and breadcrumbs, egg wash, and then I light a whole frying pan full of like Wesson oil on the stove. I've got it on high. It's smoking, and I'm going to drop my mozzarella sticks in and fry my own so I don't have to go back to like Bennigan's or whatever, wherever they were. And my dad walks in and is like, you've got that oil too high. That is going to catch on. And I don't even think my dad had fire out of his mouth when the damn things just ignite. Just light the hell up. All right, I don't have time to take calls now, so I will after the break.
What were the calls going to be about? Terrible things you did to an ex?
Well, yeah, because this kind of parlays, because I stumbled across a Reddit subreddit called Petty Revenge. And it's about revenge that people have exacted on like boyfriends and exes. So I thought maybe it'd be kind of fun to take some phone calls and maybe find out like what kind of revenge, not just like on an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, but just revenge in general. What is the old expression that revenge is best served up cold? So I thought maybe we'd take some phone calls on revenge. See if we can get some calls. All right, so if you have a great revenge story on you exacting revenge, get ready to call in. If you want to grab the spot right now, the commercial break's not very long. So if you want to like fire up the phones right now and get in line, I want to hear your revenge story. So this lady in Bradenton was like trying to torch the boyfriend's car. So what kind of revenge story do you have? 800-990-1047. You have any good revenge stories? 800-990-1047. We'll grab some phone calls next. Plus a whole lot more here on the MJ Morning Show. I want to welcome a brand new sponsor here on the show. And it's our friends at the Murphy Auto Group, and they own Miracle Toyota in Haines City. So Polk County loves the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Polk County, show us how much you love the MJ Morning Show and go buy a Toyota over at Miracle Toyota on 27 in Haines City. We got a lot of Polk County listeners, tons of Lakeland listeners and Winter Haven, Haines City. We get calls all the time. So brand new sponsor on the show, brand new client. Welcome to Miracle Toyota. And this weekend is Father's Day weekend. This is huge. At Miracle Toyota in Haines City. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, complimentary hot dogs, chips, soda, water for all guests. Just pop on and get free hot dog and drinks at Miracle Toyota. You can test drive to win a driver, a great driver golf club for Dad. If you buy any new vehicle, Dad's choice. Steak for a year, bacon for a year, or beer for a year at Miracle Toyota. So welcome, Miracle Toyota on 27 in Haines City. You look at a Toyota, folks, go to Miracle Toyota and tell them that MJ sent you, and stop by all weekend long for all the freebies for Father's Day at Miracle Toyota in Haines City. And again, tell them that MJ sent you. Two college brothers moving in storage. They want to turn a potential nightmare move into the smoothest move ever. How does this occur? You just call Two College Brothers. Go to their website, twocollegebrothers.com. Smartest move you'll ever make. Go to the website, get the phone number. Call Two College Brothers and book your move with them. They'll send someone out. They'll do an estimate. They're going to stick with the estimate. They're not going to jam up the price mid-move or hold your stuff hostage on the truck. We're going to need another $800. That happens all the time. It's not going to happen with Two College Brothers. Honest, trustworthy. Everyone is background checked. They're trained. They'll wrap all your furniture in blankets. Make sure that it stays pristine. They'll handle everything perfectly. If you want a great move, if you want to be the next person to leave a phenomenal review for Two College Brothers Moving and Storage, call them. TwoCollegeBrothers.com. There's a reason why they have over 1,100 five-star reviews. It's TwoCollegeBrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. Another smart move is calling Westfall Roofing when you have a roofing problem. If you've got a leak, if you need a new roof, roofs on average last in the Florida heat and elements 15 to 20 years. So you might be at that end of life period for your roof. And if that's the case, you call Westfall. Westfall Roofing, family-run company, one of the best places to work in the Tampa Bay area, according to the Tampa Bay Business Journal. So what does that have to do with the price of roofing tile? Well, because if it's a great place to work, it just tells you about the culture of Westfall Roofing. Any roofing problem you want, westfallroofing.com. Go to the website, get the phone number, call them up. Whether you need a repair or a brand new roof, it's westfallroofing.com, just like it sounds. West and then fall. Just don't fall off the roof. Westfallroofing.com, and tell them MJ sent you. We've got calls on hold. Revenge calls are holding on, and we'll go to them next. We had a story about a woman that torched her boyfriend's car down in Bradenton. She's been arrested for arson, clearly some kind of revenge move. And I kind of parlayed that into a Reddit subreddit that I found, and it's r/petty revenge. And it just talks about people post their stories on how they've exacted petty revenge. Here's one. My coworker kept stealing my pens, so I started refilling them with glitter ink. My neighbor's dog ruined my sleep, so I ruined his. Every night from midnight to 3 a.m., his dog would bark nonstop outside my bedroom. Deep, loud, echoing barks like he was announcing the end of the world. I asked my neighbor twice to bring the dog in. Both times he brushed it off.
What do you do?
He said, I'm just doing my job. He said he's just doing his job. So he's saying, hey, the dog's barking. The dog is just doing his job. And he said, cool, then I'll do mine. He started recording the dog and then started blasting it, I guess.
Playing it back at him?
Yeah, at other times. So and there's a whole list of these things, petty revenge. So I thought I'd grab some phone calls. Hey, Ron. You're pacing back and forth like you got something to say to us. No, you're right.
No, he doesn't care about this.
You're right.
I'm fine.
I just see you kind of pacing back and forth
Listen,
like you're nervous about something.
This is the one morning show around here on set it and forget it. Everybody else.
Oh yeah.
We're the
I have the set it and forget it button on.
Yeah, we're the rotisserie chicken maker of morning shows.
Like the studio you guys forgot about.
Yeah. No. Well, it's finally
coming along.
They strung one wire yesterday.
Me.
Yeah.
One wire.
One wire.
On one wire at a time. Everything good here?
Everything's good.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to get ratings and make you money. That's what we're trying to do.
I like that.
That's all we're trying to do.
I like that.
That's what we're trying to do.
Keep up the good work.
Well,
that's your mission.
Thank you, Ron. All right. Hey, the MJ Morning Show has been number one in the market. Last month, MJ Morning Show, number one. Persons 25 to 54 with Nielsen. And we've had a whole bunch of number one weeks. The May numbers ought to be out. So, fingers crossed for, the MJ Morning Show being number one in May. But who knows? We could fall to number 22. Yeah, who knows? Who the hell knows? But right now, we're number one. In the morning. All right, 9:02. Let me go to phones. So I'm asking you, hey, what revenge stories do you have? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What petty revenge have you exacted on somebody? Got a story? 800-990-1047 gets you on. All right, Manny in St. Pete. Manny, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Morning, MJ, Michelle, Fester. This was one that your brother and I did back in Nanuet.
This is my buddy Manny, all the way back from my old neighborhood in Nanuet. So personal friend. Go, Manny.
I don't know if you heard the story, but when Drew and I got revenge on our neighbor, Stephen Rudolph, walked his dog in front of us. He used to walk his dog in front of our house.
Right.
The dog would go and he'd leave.
Yeah.
I had a room off of my closet. It was an attic that I fixed up.
Okay.
And Drew and I were in there, and in a very spiritual voice said, Stephen Rudolph, we're going to get you. I never saw a kid and a dog run so fast, and he never walked the dog again in front of our house.
Oh, I thought you collected and flung poop at him. That would have...
That wouldn't do that. This was even better.
Right.
Your mother still tells that story.
Wow. We're going to get you. It's funny. Thanks, Manny.
That's what we did. Have a good one.
Good to hear from you.
Day.
Oh, thank you. That's right. Father's Day is Sunday. Yeah, that's right. Father's Day. I have something regarding Father's Day I got to get to.
Okay.
Terry in Wesley Chapel. Terry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Petty revenge.
Yes. When me and my ex-wife got divorced, she got the two youngest kids. I got the oldest. And as soon as we got divorced, she turned around and sued to get custody of the oldest.
Right.
So I ended up, a friend of mine told me, have the county gives you, they'll check your houses if they're good or bad.
Like a
wellness check.
House check.
Yeah.
To make sure it's suitable to have children.
Right.
So they did that. She turned around and married her boss about a month after we got divorced.
Right.
So I knew what was going on.
All right, so what did you do? What's the revenge?
You got to wrap this up, Terry.
Oh, sorry. She took the revenge was when they checked on her situation. It turned out that she was his 10th wife.
Oh my God.
Andrew screamed.
Which she only thought she was his 4th.
Terry, I feel like somebody's exacting revenge on me right now for listening to this call. I love you, Terry. Thank you for listening. It has taken you 3 minutes to tell a 30-second story.
Sorry.
I love you. Thank you for listening.
Does anyone get like doused with like ketchup or something? Is there any additional payoff?
Well, ultimately, this other guy
Yeah,
apparently
I got to keep my kid.
Okay.
And
All right.
she divorced him a month later.
All right.
That's
okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Terry.
If anybody
Thank you.
Andrew, not the kind of revenge story we're looking
if
for.
anybody has ever wished ill upon me, you got me.
All right, Stephanie.
We're even.
Maybe I just
all sins are forgiven.
Maybe I should cancel.
You know what? Hold on.
Cancel the segment.
After Manny and Terry, I don't see how Stephanie could be any
All right,
worse.
Stephanie and Lakeland, you're
It's
on the
all
MJ.
uphill from here, Steph.
Hello, Steph. Go ahead. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
We just fell to number 27 in the Nielsen ratings. All right, go ahead, Stephanie.
Please give us a great story.
Hopefully, I can help you out because we're petty. We have this old bitty lady that cannot mind her own business that lives next door.
Right.
So on the day-to-day, we go about our lives, not a big problem. They put up a fence. The houses are next to each other. They put up a fence. It was, code, everything else. But where the gate was and how their landscaping was already there. They didn't, there was the area where they would have to bring their riding lawnmower out of the gate in the front. They would have to come through our yard every single time to get back into their yard. My petty husband looked at that. The next morning when they woke up, there was a whole new row of shrubs right along the property line.
That's petty revenge right there.
Yep.
Sends a message.
Yep.
So they spent the next 2 days redoing their whole entire landscaping, the hacienda stones. They had to redo everything just to get their lawnmower out of their backyard.
There you go. That's some petty-ass revenge, Stephanie. Thank you. All right, one more, and then you got to tell me the bagpipe story, Fester.
Dude, the bagpipe guy's amazing.
All right. I know. I know what I have for Father's Day. I've got something very, very funny for Father's Day. Hang on. Laura in Tampa, last call on this abomination. Go ahead, Laura.
Hi, good morning.
Yes.
I used to live in Hawaii, and I was in a relationship that was going kind of south, and it was a day before Thanksgiving, went out and got completely trashed, went home. I mean, the guy was being a jerk to me, and then so in the middle of the night, I decided to rub these chili peppers in his jeans because he works construction.
Oh, yes.
And so I was rubbing these chili peppers and grinding them into the jeans, and he didn't wear underwear. And so after I did that, I got rid of the evidence, the shreds, threw it away, and then I passed out. A couple days later, I completely forget about it. Well, his best friend came into town, and I was taking him all over Hawaii, showing him, all the sights and everything.
Yep.
And then
Which island, by the way?
yeah, so then he was still in town. His best friend was. Well, his best friend had stole, my boyfriend's girlfriends before in the past.
Right.
So
Did you also put hot chili in his pants, too?
did not. No, that guy was really cool. We had a lot of fun, but not what I was accused of. But anyway, so the chili peppers, I completely forgot about it. Well, he went to work on Monday after the long holiday break, and I didn't hear anything from him. And then on Tuesday, he says, like, oh my gosh, my, privates are on fire.
Oh, my wiener's on fire.
Yes, yes. And so I tried not to laugh because I completely forgot about it. And then he ended up accusing me of sleeping with his best friend.
What?
And so I was like, well, you can always go get checked out. But, so he...
So did he thought that he had some kind of did he think he had an STD from his wiener being on fire?
Yeah, he did.
Good for him.
From Red Hot Chili Peppers in the pants. Yeah. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. All right, is Boomer a good call to end with, or
we'll find out?
Because the second call we should have never put on the air.
I mean,
I'm just being honest. All right, Boomer in Tampa. Boomer, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey guys, good morning.
All right, you got to end on a good note here.
30 years ago, I was run over by a drunk driver. Didn't end well. Still disabled to this day.
Oh God, sorry.
Set that aside.
Yep.
I exacted my revenge on this guy by recruiting an army of my friends and family to sign this guy up for every kind of adult magazine and club.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Because you remember the cards you sign up and send in?
Yeah.
We continue to this day, although it's been harder to get those cards now.
Yeah.
They're a little more available outside the country now.
Wow.
And I do have family and friends that travel outside the country.
Did the drunk driver that ran you over, did he ever figure out that it was you?
No, because I mail them from all over the world. I have friends and family that travel all over the world.
So everyone thinks that this guy's like a raging pervert.
Exactly.
Oh, my
the best
gosh.
part is, for years, this guy lived with his mother.
Oh, Mom would go get the mail.
So for years, this guy has been just inundated with every club.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's a good story. Boomer, thank you.
All righty.
Have a nice day. All right, so Father's Day is Sunday. I'm sure Michelle and the kids have nothing planned for me for Father's Day.
Same thing we did for Mother's Day.
Ooh. Holy crap. That's the coldest burn I've ever heard.
What did we not do on Mother's Day?
Sounds like you didn't do crap for Mother's Day.
I'm completely fine with it, to be honest with you. We don't really put a lot of stock in these days. We just enjoy it.
Even though you don't put a lot of stock in it, it's nice to have some kind of acknowledgement of it.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Chloe did take me to brunch. That was very nice.
Oh no, that was the deal.
She made a plan.
Yeah. Chloe planned a mother-daughter brunch.
Yeah.
And excluded Julian and me. I was fine with that. I think Julian and I went to get like dim sum at the China Yuan.
Yeah.
On that. So Father's Day is Sunday.
Yeah.
Have you? You probably haven't. I think this has been circulating around for a little bit. A guy shows up in court. Do you know those old like trophies, or you know those old awards, and sometimes it's a T-shirt?
Yeah.
And I think it was even on a Seinfeld episode, like World's Greatest Father.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
World's Greatest Father.
I mean, you go to the store this week, you see him on mugs, you see him on plaques, you see him all over.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this audio.
What made you think that was a good shirt to wear to court this morning? That's all you could find? That's the only shirt you had in your closet?
This is a judge in Texas, apparently. A guy appears in court in this judge's courtroom. It's some kind of, I believe, a felony court proceeding in Texas. And this dude is standing before the bench, before the judge. Listen.
What made you think that was a good shirt to wear to court this morning? That's all you could find? That's the only shirt you had in your closet? World's best farter. That's great. No, it says, I can read it. I see what it says at the bottom. You're in felony court. You need to dress appropriately to felony court, and that's not appropriate.
Guy shows up to court with world's best farter. Not world's greatest father, world's best farter, F-A-R-T-E-R, instead of father, F-A-T-H-E-R.
I will say I've seen this T-shirt before, and usually the farter is like crossed out or something, and it says "I mean father" or something to that effect.
Who the hell shows up in court with a T-shirt that says "World's Greatest Farter"?
This is the second day in a row we've had a felony court case.
Yeah.
With
what is that, Hadley?
Hadley, what's he doing?
Is that your app? Oh, she's
Hadley has the best.
She's playing. Oh, God. If you talk to judges or bailiffs, oh, jeez. All right, God, thank you. That's enough. Thank you. All right, thank you. World's greatest fart. We get. All right, Hadley. All right.
Hadley. Right now, Hadley, in front of the world, who is the world's greatest farter?
My brother, because
He's pretty good. He is pretty good.
those things are ranked.
I'd say his rank. He is a great farter.
But if you talk to a judge or even other lawyers or bailiffs, some of the things that people show up to court in, it's unfreaking believable. So I just thought that was funny with Father's Day. World's greatest father, not farter. All right. Fester, can you tell me the whole bagpipe story? You were trying to tell me this on the phone yesterday. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? We had a story recently about, also it was in Texas, and a guy was playing bagpipes in a city park in Texas.
Right, and then
an old lady was offended and attacks the guy with the bagpipes, right?
Some Karen came after him and started getting physical with him and threatening that she knew the judge and really tried to
I think her husband's like a federal judge or something.
Yeah, and that's not what you do. If you're married to the judge, you don't go around dropping his name.
So we had a bagpipe story, and then Fester calls me up, hey, I got another bagpipe story. But this is a local what's the story?
So, dude, we have a very active listener. His name is Ron. He sends me text messages fairly frequently. And it's MJ Morning Show imitating life, art, I don't know. He hears it last week on the show on Friday. And we talk about the bagpiper. And I think we've had audio of it or audio of the confrontation. He goes for his morning walk yesterday in Largo.
Right.
There's like some nature preserve.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
In Largo.
In Largo.
Right.
And it looks very rural, very, naturey, very untouched. And as he's walking, there's somebody just honking on the bagpipes.
In a park in Largo. Is it the park with the train that goes around in Largo?
No, that's Largo Park.
Okay. So did he attack the bagpiper in Largo?
He did not, because he knew it would not end well. Ron was of sound enough mind to not cause this person harm.
Right.
But he sends me a video of himself, and I sent the audio to Andrew. But Ron, the listener, just walking around this. It's like Gladys Douglas Preserves.
Oh, I think we have it.
So I'm out on this trails doing my morning walk, and I'm sure you can hear in the background there's bagpipes playing. Turn around and show you the trails. Okay. Oh, nature preserve trail.
Actually, it's not bad. But luckily, our listener, what's our listener's name?
Ron.
So Ron did not attack the bagpiper, unlike the old lady that attacked the bagpiper at a park in Texas.
Right.
Didn't think I'd ever see this on a trail.
Just on a walking trail. Oh, look, I'm looking at the video. It's like a very wooded, like a nature trail.
It's a nature preserve.
And there's a guy just playing the bagpipes on the nature trail?
Just blowing and honking, playing his head off. And Ron's like, holy crap. This is on the MJ Morning Show last week, and he shoots me a quick video, and he says, Fester, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah, I gotta look up the bagpipe attack in Texas, because that's a crazy story. Bagpipe Texas attack. That should bring up a story. Yeah. All right, here we go. A woman from Channel 13 Houston. Woman accused of attacking wife of man who was playing bagpipes in West Houston. An argument over bagpipes ended with a federal judge's wife being led away in handcuffs. Eunice, that's right.
Yeah.
Eunice Isger, 76, confronted a man for playing the bagpipes. at Terry Hershey Park. Oh, it's a trail. The Terry Hershey Park Trail.
I mean, it's better than a highway.
Well, I think to get to the Terry Hershey Park, you got to take the Hershey Highway.
Yes.
To get to the.
Yes.
Anyway, I got to welcome Billy the Kid.
Hey, Billy, man.
Dude, I haven't seen you in 25
Get real
years.
close to that mic.
I know. It's been a while.
Billy the Kid, professional photographer. Dude, it's seriously, I don't think I've seen you in 25 years.
Probably.
All right. So you have been nice enough to come down here with all your professional photography gear. And I want you to see what we're replacing. All right. We're on mjmorningshow.com right now. Now just roll over to Fester's
Billy,
mic.
swing the mic over.
Yeah.
Here, come use my mic. Use my mic.
All right. Go ahead and
Here, use my microphone. Stand up. Stand up.
or whatever.
Walk over here.
All right. Scroll up and show Billy the pictures we need to replace.
That's look at it.
Describe what you're seeing.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do any better than that.
This is going to be a short visit. Then.
No, we're going to get some good
All right. I don't know what the pictures of Fester and me on mjmorningshow.com are absolutely a horror show. I mean, we look like ghouls. Awful. I mean, it's just terrible. All right. So I know you can improve this. All right. And if you know anyone that knows how to build a website, we need help with that as well.
I could do that too.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, we're thinking about like some classy like prom couples photos where like MJ's holding me from behind.
Yeah. I've got a 1970s tuxedo with the frills and the whatever you call it.
I got a cummerbund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna shoot, folks. We're going to shoot new headshots for the MJ Morning Show right after the program in about half an hour.
Are we going outside or anything, Billy? Or do we have a...
No, we're going to...
No, I got studio stuff. So.
Yeah, we're going to...
Okay.
I think we're going to set up in the performance theater. Yeah. I think it's a good spot.
All right, good.
Billy, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for saving the day, because I can't look at this awful photo of myself any longer.
Do you remember the first billboard we did together?
Hang on a second. Little
Talking to the
right in the mic.
Do you remember the first billboard we did together?
Which one was it?
MJBJ
with
OJ.
Monica Lewinsky.
That was the first one we did with Billy.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah. MJ and BJ, and it was a picture of me, and then it was BJ was Monica Lewinsky.
Yes.
That's a classic. That is one of the... Well, first, we did billboards that were like the greatest ever. No one in the United States has topped some of the old MJ and BJ billboards. MJ, BJ, OJ, and then MJ and BJ with my picture, and then BJ was Monica Lewinsky. It just doesn't get better than that. No one's doing that crap anymore. Well, you know, what radio stations other than Joy is buying billboards? My God, Jesus pays the bills, I guess, because they got billboards all over the freaking place. All right, Billy, I'm looking forward. All right, 9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, it's the final segment. Oh, Fester, I got a Family Dollar story for you.
I love the Family Dollar.
Oh, Family Dollar store coming up in just a minute. Oh, I got a TSA warning if you're traveling. And if you are traveling, there's a stunt that people pull, and airlines hate this. And this could get you banned on the airline if you try this stunt. Yeah, we've talked about it in the past, but it's kind of coming back around, so we'll get to that in just a bit. I've got a lot of... Oh, the most overpriced grocery store chains in America. The list is out. Which grocery... Any in Florida. Make the list of the most overpriced grocery store chains in America. That's coming. Anyway, a lot of stuff in the final segment here on a Friday. Father's Day weekend. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, I want to tell you what a phenomenal job that Plan B Air Conditioning did at my house replacing a busted unit. So, Michelle, did you see how nicely and that was a tougher installation.
That was a very tough installation, and I did go and inspect, and let me tell you, it looks like they weren't even there.
It's like they weren't even there. So in my house, we have multiple zones of air conditioning. And one of the zones, it was just well past its life. Parts would have been ridiculously expensive. It's just better to replace it. So Plan B Air Conditioning replaced this particular unit. Most of my ACs are like in closets with the air handler. This one is in a closet, but it's suspended up in like cabinets. And it's a tough installation. And Plan B Air Conditioning put the new system in, and it's like they weren't even there. So if you need a new air conditioning unit, they're honest. If it can't be fixed or it doesn't make sense, they'll beat any other air conditioning company for a new unit for your house by at least $500. But for most people, it's about service. If your air conditioning on these hot, sweltering days is not blowing cold, if your air conditioning is busted, you got to call Plan B AC. 813-PLAN-B-AC or planbairconditioning.com. You heard what I said. If your air conditioning is busted, you call planbairconditioning.com. Mention me, MJ, get 10% off. planbairconditioning.com. If you're in a car wreck, I know that it's a lot to process. If you're in a car wreck, if you can, you call 911 first. You call the Kemp Law Group second. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. I can't tell you how many times. I mean, I saw this this morning. I'm driving across the Howard Franklin Bridge. I've got a car passing me. I can see headlights coming up ridiculously fast. I see a car then quickly move to the right of me, past me. I look over, and the person is holding up their cell phone in front of their face while they're whizzing by me. I saw it last night. I'm walking. I did a late night walk. I did like a 9:30 3-mile walk last night in the neighborhood after the thunderstorms. And I'm walking down the road, and here comes a car zipping right by me, 15 feet off to my side, and the person is right on their cell phone, and here I'm walking, you know? If you get hit by another awful driver that's not paying attention, you call Kemp Law. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law and tell them MJ sent you. 926, traffic's on. MJ Morning Show back in just a moment.
We still have a little bit of commuter volume on I-4 westbound around Branchport.
Michelle, what are you going to do? The Karen Reed trial up in Boston is seemingly coming to a close.
Today's closing arguments.
So the closing arguments today, the jury could have the Karen Reed, subject of the Netflix docudrama. So the jury could get the Karen Reed case today?
Yeah, the closing arguments are going on right now.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Are you watching those instead of listening to the show?
The thought did occur to me, but I got distracted. Now I got to roll it back. So.
Boy. All right. So you say not guilty, right?
I think not guilty for a number of reasons.
For 100 reasons, she's not guilty.
All right, so the whole Karen Reed deal, accused of killing her Boston police officer boyfriend. The first trial last year ended in a hung jury and a mistrial.
Wait, the way you just said that?
Yep.
Why do you have to say Boston police officer boyfriend if you just said morning show radio host boyfriend? Do you think the case would be filed?
I don't know.
No.
So
the case would not have been filed.
I mean, there's a lot of blue wall stuff going on here.
All right, so you're saying that you believe that once the jury gets the case and the Karen Reed Boston deal, that she'll be found not guilty or another hung jury?
You know what? I don't know because, it depends on what the jury believes. If they believe the prosecutor, who was a snarky little, whiny brat every time he was questioning anyone, the theory is that they may not like him and therefore they may not like the content he provided. But they did the defense acts to include a lot of lesser included offenses, and that gives the jury a place to go, right? Like if there's one holdout who's like, nope, I totally believe it, they have some wiggle room to meet in the middle.
And then the other big trial, obviously, the Diddy trial.
Yeah.
Nothing really significant.
Well, the other day, I think the prosecution was trying to get one of the jurors removed, saying that he wasn't completely forthcoming during, the jury paneling or questioning.
But also, isn't it a black juror?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so the prosecution is trying to get a black juror removed.
Right. And so obviously the defense is, saying, no, you're trying to, do this based upon his race. Maybe they have something.
Oh, because the assumption is, the black guy's going to side with Diddy who's black?
Right.
I know,
but, at this stage of the game, it's a little more difficult to do that. But,
you can't make that assumption.
No, I mean, I wouldn't make that assumption.
Of course not. So one other thing, I guess there's all kinds of speculation. There's a mystery rapper.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a mystery rapper. Hang on a minute. Identity of mystery rapper dominates 22nd day of Diddy's trial as jury hears he watched male escort show a male escort sex show with wife and flirted with Diddy's ex, Jane. Yeah, but, you have all kinds of names. You got Jay-Z, Beyonce, you got all kinds of, big names that are also being, again, in an ancillary fashion dragged into this thing.
But none of them have been dropped in a court of law.
Yeah.
Nobody, Cassie, for all of this inside information, she was never able to say, and so was there.
Right.
Did nobody ask her who else were at these freak-offs?
It was unknown male escorts, people that, are in the business, so to speak. Right? I think he did a good job of keeping that circle very close and tight, which then sort of does speak to his organized crime kind of situation or the, the allegation of that. So, we'll see. Because if it was just a free-for-all and, all these other rappers were there, Jay-Z, 50 Cent.
Because that's what they were making it sound like. I mean, not to drop anybody's specific name because we have no knowledge of it, but he was making it sound like there's this whole culture of guys doing this. And it's really just an elaborate fantasy of his.
It's like just a sicko world where he thinks he was above everything and that he was rich and he could just do it, the debauchery and, the crap that you think only happens in movies or in a Law and Order episode. You got Diddy allegedly doing all this crap. I mean, listen, the baby oil, the lube, I mean, just insane stories.
Wait, so is the rapper that they're saying, is it a mystery rapper because we don't know who it is yet? They haven't revealed the name? Or is it a rapper that we all don't know and so...
Apparently, they're going to have the rapper wrapped up. And they're gonna roll the rapper in on on a hand truck, like Hannibal Lecter, and it's gonna be all wrapped up like in wrapping paper.
Will his face be wrapped?
Then the mystery rapper is gonna break out of the wrapper and then start rapping.
Yes,
ha ha ha.
They should have him jump out of a bottle of baby oil,
like a Steven Seagal movie. Like jumping out of a cake or something?
No, but going into this, I was expecting to hear the whole industry get taken down, and everybody's so afraid of this Diddy trial. It hasn't hurt the industry at all. It hurt Diddy.
Yeah.
All right, Fester, let me shift gears here.
Shift away.
Let me shift. Let me downshift. Is this acceptable? You're a family. Let's Fester on the law. It's a new segment. Just Fester's opinion on the law. Is it acceptable if you're a Family Dollar store employee to shoot a thief in the ass?
You know what? I do not generally side with shoplifters. But yeah, if you're stealing, you don't know what you're getting on the other side of that counter.
So yes or no? If you're a Family Dollar employee and someone is stealing merchandise, is it okay to shoot him in the butt?
What is she being charged with? I mean, I wouldn't put a attempted murder charge on her or him. I don't know.
Yes or no? If you're a Family Dollar employee, can you shoot a shoplifter or a thief in the butt?
I mean, it's a misdemeanor. I say, okay, yes, go. Yeah, I'd shoot him.
Hang on, man. That was a crash.
I would want.
There we go.
Listen, you can't go around shooting people, and you can't go shoplifting. So if she shot him, she should get charged maybe with a misdemeanor, maybe some community service.
From Indianapolis, and I just thought you'd like this because you love Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, and you love those stores.
It's my favorite stores.
A Family Dollar employee arrested after he allegedly shot a man in the butt for stealing.
Yeah.
Jerome Stepp was charged with aggravated battery, a level 3 felony, criminal recklessness, a level 6 felony. Yeah, officers were dispatched earlier this week to a Family Dollar store for a report of a theft in progress.
I think we would need to revisit the laws that where people commit crimes because other people commit crimes. He would never have gotten shot if he wasn't stealing.
Yeah.
He got shot because he was stealing.
Yeah.
And yeah, the guy overreacted. Should be charged with a misdemeanor, not all these class 6 felonies. But he would never have been in this pickle if it wasn't for this guy breaking the law in the first place.
Yeah, I think I have the actual audio. Hang on a minute.
Do we really?
Yeah, I think I have the actual audio of the police call. Hang on a minute. Do I have that handy? Yeah, here it is. Here's the actual audio.
132 in Bush. I've got him at gunpoint. Okay, gunpoint. 132 in Bush. Covers code 3. Being said.
There it is.
That's not it.
It's from cops.
I was getting excited. I thought you had it.
No. So officers show up, robbery in progress. According to court documents, around 15 minutes after the theft occurred, officers heard gunshots at an intersection. The report said a man was shot in his buttocks.
Was the guy arrested for shoplifting?
While at the scene of the shooting, officers spoke with a witness who described the shooter and their vehicle. When officers went back to the Family Dollar, they saw the vehicle and 2 Family Dollar employees that the witnesses described. The thief rips off Family Dollar. The Family Dollar employee gets in the car, tracks down the thief, and shoots him in the ass. At an intersection.
This guy should be manager of the year.
I'm telling you. You know what? The next Family Dollar Awards ceremony, which I think is going to be held in Reno this year. I think they ought to fly him out. And he ought to get the the Committed Employee of the Year award.
The CEO can give it out, give him a nice plaque.
Give him a shotgun.
Something.
Yeah, give him a new shotgun.
It'd be really good.
Here's a brand new Mossberg. When officers went back, they saw the vehicle that was described as the shooter. They would interview both employees, and the Family Dollar employee told the police that they needed to get the merchandise back, so they drove down the street, found the man and his bicycle, and that the employee fired a warning shot. The thief dropped the merchandise and was hit by the second shot in the ass.
Second one wasn't a warning.
No, it wasn't.
First one was.
It was right in the fleshy portion of the buttocks. Anyway, I thought you'd like that Family Dollar story. If you're traveling this summer, I got to tell you about the Spirit deal. Oh my God. Silver Airways going away. Oh my God. The price is.
So we've been hearing about flights from Tampa going down.
No, Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. Now that, Silver's out of business, because Silver was really the competition for Spirit going from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale to KFLL. All right, so here's the deal. Let me do this, the other travel story first. We've talked about this. Do you know what airlines hate that people do to get a cheaper fare? Let's say you're flying from Tampa to... You want to fly from Tampa to Chicago, right? But let's say your flight goes Tampa, Chicago to L.A.
I've heard about these people, yeah.
A lot of times it's cheaper to book your fare all the way to L.A., and if you're stopping in Chicago and that's where you really want to go, you get off the plane in Chicago. A lot of times, if you're booking a fare, it is more expensive to get off. It's more expensive to go to the city where the stop is than flying all the way to the final destination.
Why is that the case? It shouldn't be the case.
It shouldn't be, but it is. And it's called skip lagging. And what people do, they skip lag. So if you're flying Tampa to another city where you want to go and it's $500, but you can book another leg and it's going to a further place and you can just get off at the stopover, the layover, and that's really where you want to go anyway. A lot of times it's cheaper to book the longer flight. And if you don't go on the next flight and you abandon that ticket and you get off at the city where you want to get off, but you didn't pay to get off there, that's called skip lagging. And the airlines hate it. And airlines will ban you. But this is a hack. It's been going on for a while. It's not new, but I just saw sort of we have talked about skip lagging in the past, but it's getting notoriety again, and people are noticing that they can do this. But airlines will crack down. If they catch you, they can ban you. There have been some people banned from airlines for skip lagging. By flying from A to C, but
stopping at B
and getting off at B,
which is where the deal is. You can't check a bag.
Oh yeah. You can't do. It's got to be carry on because guess what? Your bag is getting checked all the way through.
It's
if
going
you check
all the
a
way
bag.
to Chicago.
Yeah, so you've got to be carry on only. Nothing checked underneath. So heads up on the whole skip lagging thing. Oh, speaking of travel, a lot of travel coming up. Although this summer might not be as busy as previous summers, according to the airlines. But listen to this guy. Did this guy really think he was going to be able to bring this on board? TSA stopped the guy here in Florida at the Pensacola airport. This dude tries to get on with a camping stove complete with a full propane tank.
Dude, you can't do that. You can't do that.
The Coleman?
Yeah.
Like the Coleman. Listen, go to the sporting goods section. Go to Dick's. Go to even Walmart. Go to the camping aisle at Walmart, and you can get like the Coleman camping stove, and you get that like propane bottle.
Yeah, it's like the little bottle, like a liter. It's like a smaller portable bottle.
So this guy tries to carry this on in his carry-on luggage, and TSA stops him, and the guy's stunned. What do you mean I can't bring my camping grill on board with my propane tank?
I mean, I think you could bring the grill.
Oh.
It's just a piece of metal, but the propane is the chemical.
So the TSA is warning travelers that, this common camping item cannot be carried on board. And they point out that one passenger recently was totally clueless at the Pensacola International Airport.
No, we're making a trip out west this year, and we've talked about, gear that we would need.
Yeah.
We're going to have to buy it there.
So the TSA puts this on Facebook. Listen, friends, we love watching cooking shows as much as you do, but any top chef knows you cannot bring a stove with a propane tank attached through airport security in your carry-on bag. Oh, man. Again, that's another thing. If you know a TSA person, or a lot of times, they'll put out lists of like ridiculous things that TSA has confiscated. But if you know anyone that works at TSA, ask them some of the crap that they've seen people try to bring through.
Where's the store?
Yeah.
Isn't there a TSA store where I could buy like knives?
I think that stuff gets just thrown out. No, you're thinking of the store where people with lost luggage. There's a lost luggage store in Alabama where this operation, they get all of the lost unclaimed luggage, and they sell not only like the nice suitcases in many cases, but like the contents. There's a lost luggage store somewhere in Alabama that we've talked about. So I was mentioning Silver and Spirit, and I've been going to Fort Lauderdale quite a bit. So in the last year and change, I've been to Fort Lauderdale, I don't know, 20 times. And I've mostly flown Spirit. I flew Silver, I think, once, but mostly Spirit. And, of course, as you know, Silver's out of business. They told passengers earlier this week, don't even show up. Don't even come to the airport. We're out of business.
No, don't come.
Just totally gone. And, of course, out of Tampa, the busiest route was Fort Lauderdale. Silver flew out of Tampa. They flew Tampa to Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Key West, and I think they did Tampa Pensacola and Tampa Tallahassee on Silver. And, when competition goes away and there's no competition, well, then the airlines can raise prices. Just want to do a little demo here. So I'm not going to pick this weekend like today because obviously, you do last minute. A lot of times you get hammered. But let me pick like next weekend. And I would be able to, a week out, Michelle, how many times have I booked like the week before?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. So I would book Spirit Airlines from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale round trip, and I would get sometimes still like a $38.99 fare each way. But if I waited that long, it would be maybe $49 or $59. Let me see next week. So I'm on my Spirit app here. Let me hit book. All right, and it's already saved, TPA Fort Lauderdale, round trip, and I'm going to hit the calendar, and I'm going to pick next weekend. I'm going to fly out on the early Saturday morning flight. I'm going to come back on Sunday. Let me go ahead and hit done and search, and oh, wow, it dropped. Holy, it was $184 each way.
Yeah, now
it's $49.
Look at that.
Wow.
What the hell?
You know what it was? There might have been an initial rush.
What?
Oh, I think Fester's right.
No, hang on. I did July, not June.
No.
Hang on. No. So
this is why he cannot make travel arrangements, really. That's why I usually do it.
If I book July 19th and 20th, I can get it for $49, and I might have to do that. All right, hang on a minute. I screwed it up. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to the calendar, and let me do what I was trying to do here. Let me do next weekend, and I would get a $49 round trip. 1 week out, I would still get a cheap-ass fare. But now that Silver's gone, let's see, next week it'll be June 21st and 22nd. I hit done and search, and it's still down. It's 74. It was 184 yesterday.
I think he's probably right.
What?
That there was an initial surge when people, heard about Silver.
So Silver had booked planes for the next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And suddenly all these people are flooding the market.
Yeah.
Looking for tickets to FLL.
Fort Lauderdale,
So-
FLL, or if you're a pilot, it's KFLL.
I'm not. So FLL. So they probably got a lot more interest driving the price up. But then the second week, people, Fort Lauderdale for a lot of people is a last minute trip from Tampa.
I'm telling you, I searched it last night, and it was $184 next weekend each way. So it would have been, what is that, like $400 almost?
Pretty close, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, man. Yeah, $368. Is that about right? $368 it would have been? Instead of under $100. And now it looks like the $38.99 fares are gone. It looks like the cheapest now is $49. So I think they've raised their prices when they emerged from bankruptcy. 9:49 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I mentioned in the final moments here, the most overpriced grocery store chains in America, and I'm familiar with this website. You ever see the Takeout? The Takeout.com?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this site just a ton of times. The most expensive grocery stores in the country. Most overpriced. Economic Research Service predicts that food prices will rise by 2.9% over the year. This comes on back-to-back inflation, high grocery bill, inflation is cooling, though, so that is a positive thing. But according to U.S. government data and this and that, and
tell me a damn supermarket.
I'm trying to.
According to U.S. data, blah blah blah. You're even mumbling to yourself. Just tell me a supermarket.
All right, I'm sorry. Calm down,
Is Whole
man.
Foods on there?
See, he said calm down.
All right, so the most expensive grocery store chains in America, the first one listed is Erewhon.
Is that
I never heard of this. It's in Boston, apparently.
Okay, are these boutique groceries?
No, hang on a minute. Some are, some are not. Hang on. So first is Erewhon, Erewhon. Anyway, number 2 is Italy. So that's more boutique, and Italy has like the food stalls. And
I don't even consider that a grocery store, though, to be honest.
But
with
a lot of the Italys, they do have dry goods and stuff. So they're on the list.
That's like telling me Mazzaro's in St. Pete's supermarket.
All right.
Exactly.
Hang on. Now let me get to some of the more mainstream ones. Whole Foods Market is on the list.
Shocker.
One of the largest grocery food chains in the country. Whole Foods is over 500 outlets. But these criteria about, the natural products, organic, come with a hefty price tag, which is why Whole Foods has a reputation of being one of the most expensive grocery stores in the country. And, of course, that whole little saying about Whole Foods and whole paycheck. Next on the list hits very close to home. Publix.
Dude, I've been telling you.
Publix is next on the list.
Unless you can get something on BOGO at Publix, I have no motivation to buy it unless you absolutely need it. Their prices are sky high. And I don't care about the service now.
Floridians love Publix.
Because we're morons.
But Publix is high. I mean...
Well, and look what they've done. They've run everybody else out. You have hardly anyone... Like, where else would you go grocery shopping in our neighborhood other than Walmart? We don't have a Winn-Dixie or a Sweet Bay or an Albertsons or anything.
The Walmart at $2.75 in Del Mabry, you're taking your life in your own hands going to that one.
It's a third world location.
It
really is. I'd rather go to the Walmart in Port-au-Prince.
So, Publix is on the list.
Yeah.
Publix is a high place.
Publix is an employee-owned grocery chain based in Florida, popular throughout the southeastern U.S.
I'm telling you, you get your staples at Aldi, you'll save a boatload.
But it says its popularity seems to be a bit of a mystery since prices are notably higher as compared to other grocery chains like Walmart, etc. Publix seems to have cracked the marketing code. It's about customer loyalty.
Also, it's about where shopping is a pleasure.
Right. You can get some good deals with BOGOs at Publix, but some things are expensive. Like I like buying the 3-pound bags of those little cuties, the halos, the little mandarin oranges, and I'll buy a bag for $3.99 at Walmart, the same thing, and it's $5.99 or $6.99 at Publix, the same 3-pound bag of little cuties.
In Publix's defense, they have a ton of products to choose from. You go to Aldi, they have one kind of grape jelly.
Yeah. So
you go to Sam's Club, they have one kind of jelly.
And then wrapping this sucker up, Wegmans is on the list as being expensive. Is Wegmans going to come to Florida? Remember, the Wegmans private jet registered to the owner of Wegmans landed at Tampa International a couple of months ago, and I pointed that out.
Yeah, maybe he was just visiting Florida.
Maybe
he's a billionaire going places.
Maybe. The Fresh Market also is on the list, and we have a Fresh Market. Yeah. And I like the Fresh Market, but Fresh Market can be a little expensive on certain things.
But you go there for, specialty foods, I feel like.
What about the Albertson twins?
Albertsons, listen, we lost Albertsons a long time ago. Yeah. And look, Winn-Dixies are being phased out because Aldi bought Winn-Dixie, and they're phasing a bunch of those out.
What about Vons?
That's out in L.A. and Ralph's. But, we don't have Kroger stores here. I would like to see us get some other major grocery stores as competitors. And Florida's such a major freaking market. It's bizarre that, Publix really has the total lock.
Give me a Giant straight out of Pennsylvania. Give me a ShopRite.
Yeah.
Take me to Pathmark.
No, Pathmark's out of business.
Damn it.
Stop and Shop.
But guess what? ShopRite's got the answer. All right, we got to roll. Folks, have a great Father's Day weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday morning. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningShow.com. My private email, MJ at MJMorningShow.com. And, of course, follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. We're going to go take some brand new headshots so we don't look like ghouls on our website.
Yeah, a website that nobody goes to.
Back Monday morning, folks. MJ Morning Show, Q105, and let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests, powered by Anecdotes.